This is just another video game podcast, episode 18. I am Jeremy. That's Brian.
I'm Tyler.
And Tyler. Thank you for being on time, Tyler.
Me amo. You know, I try. I try my hardest.
Here's a little behind the scenes story. Last week there was an event for the Nintendo Switch. And we had intended to do a live pre-show where I had a little game put together. We were going to do live reactions, and then we were going to do a post-show. Now,
and actually, we did all of that.
We did actually do all of that.
We did all of that. The quality of those recordings and whether or not those recordings actually exist is in question.
It's not in question. It's actually
the video exists.
It's
existed.
The video existed,
but not the
then
sound.
It didn't exist, and then we actually recorded our reactions, or our post-show reactions.
Well, here's the thing.
Suffice to say, it didn't go well.
So yeah, first one. We were doing everything seemed fine, and
can we
then
just put the Growing Pains theme song behind this talk now?
Everything seemed fine up until the last 5 minutes when it all broke, and then we realized we couldn't do it. So we didn't have the live reactions like we intended. Still watched it, had fun doing that. It was, you know, it was definitely like a good viewing party kind of thing.
Our seat pretty much the whole time.
And then what happened after that was we were going to do our reactions, which most of it was just us on our phones trying to pre-order the Switch.
Yeah.
And looking at Twitter.
Looking at Twitter and responding to that and just being like, oh my god, And then the next day, it was made aware to me that the pre-show that we did live was basically ruined. That the sound at one point early on just turns into a garbled mess. That is
it was like someone screaming.
I feel bad because you guys saw it and I didn't. And,
well, I heard it in my headphones. I tried.
Heard it, I guess.
Well, Tyler, you sent a message on our chat, and then I was just like, okay, what's going on? Maybe I can fix this. I had my earbuds in when I was doing it, like, see what's going on. Seems fine to me. Let me jump in.
Yeah, exactly. I had my headphones in, and I was like, oh my god, my ears.
Yeah. So, what we're going to do for this episode, and we'll get to it later.
Suffice to say, support our Patreon.
Yeah. Some plugs at the beginning. You can follow us on Twitter at JAVG Podcast. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com JAVG Podcast where you can donate $1 a month to us to help us actually be able to put these things together properly.
We have a Patreon?
Yeah, we totally do.
Yeah, we do. You should follow it.
Yeah, I probably should. See?
Well, let's all put money into it.
There we go.
So, we'll be talking about the Switch in the second half of this episode, but we'll start the first half off like we always do.
I played the Switch.
No, you didn't.
Hands on, baby.
No, you didn't.
Hey, Jeremy, what'd you play?
What did I play?
Yeah.
Well, it's still chipping away at Let It Die.
Okay, cool.
How's that going?
It's still great. I got a little cocky on it because I was doing really good.
Take this.
And then I started a new character.
Fuck these golden tickets.
Well, no, it was. I mean, I did spend a couple. I still haven't spent money yet. I've got money in my account, and I'm just ready to hit buy once I run out of my heavy metals.
I love that they're called heavy metals.
Yeah,
I love Suda.
And but I wanted to start a new character. I had a 3-star character slot that I could do, so I wanted to do that, and I was
you re-rolled a mage and
basically and I was just like, I can skip ahead, I'm sure I'll be fine. And then I got killed like 4 times in a row and just exhausted my bank of like money. None of my heavy metals, but all of the coins that I had and everything, and all the items that I had put on that character.
Do you have to go kill your character to get your stuff back?
You have 3 options when you die. As long as you're not killed by one of the, what do they call it?
The things that if you take too long.
Yeah, if you take too long. Yeah, I think they're like...
not blow you. Blow your brains out.
They're called like raptors or something.
I'm sure they are.
Some crazy ass name.
Let's call them raptors.
Sure, they're the raptors.
That's their nickname.
But if you're killed
I don't want
by
a blowjob from a raptor. I'm just gonna say right now.
too much teeth.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much the teeth. The tongue is really like scratchy.
Sure.
I mean,
What,
they
you
do.
think it's like a cat's?
No. I mean, I don't think. I know. I'm just telling you guys.
You know.
Like, they keep their teeth back.
Is
like,
this from like Jurassic Park watching?
They're really
Well, they don't
good.
have. They didn't have lips.
No, this is from like blowjobs.
They don't have
dude.
lips.
They don't have lips.
Yeah,
You gotta keep
yeah.
that in mind too. That's just gonna be
They
weird.
just be like, I'm not even going.
And the whole time you're just watching it like,
I'm just saying. I still have.
what did I do to get in this position?
Just saying. I still have scar tissue on my junk. All right.
Long story short.
Not too short.
Anywho.
Not too short. Please.
Average. Average.
I am slightly endowed.
So we know what Brian's been playing with those Raptors.
With himself.
Yeah. That was a good dream.
So Let It Die.
It was a good
And that's
dream.
honestly, this is as relevant to Let It Die as anything else that's in Let It Die.
All I need to do is a suplex, and we're there.
Yeah. When you get killed by somebody, other than what we'll call raptors,
Yes.
you have three options. One, then and there, you can use one of your heavy metals to immediately revive yourself.
Right.
It's good to not be really quick on that because you'll still have those enemies around you that
Do you
hopefully
get
if
to
you wait,
Re-get all your shit.
you still keep everything that you had. You don't
Okay.
lose
It's
anything.
everything?
Yeah, everything that you had at that moment. It's
Okay,
just
if you use a heavy metal.
If you use a heavy metal. If you decide not to, then you're sent all the way back down to the first floor, and you have to either pick another character and try to get that character back to where your character was before when they died, and then you have to kill them.
Right. Okay.
And when you kill them, they lose everything that they had, but you get their body back, you get their experience that they had back.
Okay.
You don't get all the stuff they had.
You don't get all their stuff they had, but after you die and you choose not to use a heavy metal, you can go in your freezer and you can use your kill coins that you earn from doing every little thing, to buy them back, and they'll have everything that they had. That gets super expensive very quickly. And you don't have access to the coins that your character had on that run. That character has to make their way back in order for you to keep those coins. You have a bank down at the first floor.
You have to get like more coins to get the coins back.
Yeah, it's not. You can't just always count on that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a tough game. I still am in love with it. I still plan on beating it. I'm just chipping away at it. I think I'm at floor 18.
You
There's
mean beating
4
it in
floors.
quotes?
How many levels? did you
Getting
say
to
there
the
were?
final floor and doing all that. I guess it's 40 floors.
And then you kind
Okay.
of prestige at that point, and then you can keep going.
I don't know.
or-
I don't know if that's
okay.
good. I think what they've said is they're going to add more.
Okay.
So
okay.
we'll see what that means. Hopefully it is that they add more floors rather than just adding more items, because if I've beaten it, some new items aren't going to bring me back in because those items break.
Yeah.
You know, there's no permanence to any of the items on
Okay.
it, so adding a new one doesn't really mean much. So I think a lot of gamers have been in this position where, say you're playing a game and you're really into it, but then you get distracted by something. Maybe it's another game, maybe it's something else,
all the time.
and you forget about that game, and you don't
Yeah.
play it for like a month. And when you're like, oh, I forgot about that game, and I want to get back into it. But then you have this other issue where you're just like, do I start over? Do I jump in where... Am I going to jump back in and forget everything? For me, that game
So
was...
what did you do?
Well, for me, that game was Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
Okay.
I never played Deus Ex.
And I had put like 8 or 9 hours. You didn't play Human Revolution on 360?
No,
really
sure.
good game. Terrible boss battles.
Terrible possible.
The boss, there's like 3 or 4 boss battles, and they are horrible. Like really, really
Well,
bad.
the art of the boss battle has kind of... I don't know. I feel like people don't know how to deal with bosses anymore.
Well, it doesn't help in a game like Deus Ex where you can literally play the whole game sneaking, and then you have to kill a boss. Like, and they don't give you ways to sneak around the boss.
Yeah.
And it's still, outside of that, great game. But for Human Revolution, I put 8 or 9 hours into it a few months back.
Jesus Christ, Cat.
Yeah, you're fine, Cat. Just get over it. Something distracted me. I stopped playing it. I had it sitting on my shelf, and I would constantly look at it and be like, oh, I want to get back into that game. But I was like, I got to the point where I was like, is it worth... Should I start over? Like, am I going to forget everything? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to jump back into it. I'm clearing out my backlog as much as I can on the PS4 in anticipation for the Switch. and in anticipation for Zelda. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that one. And I finally put the game back in. Just started my game back where I was. Just hit continue. It took me like a minute, and I was right back into it. Cool. And I was just like, "Oh my god, why did I stop playing this game? It's so good."
I love it when that happens.
I love games that let you. I like stealth games. I like games that have good stealth options, rather than just games that force stealth onto there. I played about 2 or 3 hours of the original Dishonored. Yes, except I don't think that the moves and the skills that you get, I don't think they work well in the worlds that they created. I felt like the levels were too condensed for your warping move. Like I never felt right with that.
It gets bigger.
Okay, there was just a lot of times
away from that place.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where I just feel like I'm like teetering on the edge of like a top of a bookshelf and just like gotta keep looking down to make sure I don't accidentally fall off.
You see, that's one of those games that just depends though. You can literally beat the whole game stealth, or you can just beat the whole game killing everybody.
Right, and Deus Ex is the same way, and I love it. I'm so glad I got back into it. Really enjoying just going around that world, because you have sort of this hub world that you can do all these little things at. I realized jumping back in, and I'm like looking at the map, and I noticed there was a big bank in there, and I'm like, I'm robbing that bank. And I spent like 2 hours working my way through this bank, like no mission on it. It was like I even got a phone call.
Like Fallout kind of way, like that. I'll spend 2 hours inside that place, just like slowly working my way through it. And
I get a call from like my boss, and they're like, "Jensen, we need you over here. What are you doing?" And he's just like, "I'll be over there in a minute. I've got some things to take care of." I'm like, "Yeah, robbing this bank.
Yeah, fuck off. I'll be there."
And just going through there, knocking out every single person in the bank, and then I came across some weird glitch in it where I did a little side mission that involved one of the gangs of that area, and there's basically a fifth of the map is a whole gang territory. If you look on the map, it is all red.
Wow!
And if you go in a red area, people will try to attack you. So it's like that there's going to be a story part where you have to go through that, and you got to work your way through it.
And you got to Los Santos that shit and take it away from the ballers.
I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think it's if I had to guess, it's gonna be you like sneak in there to get information.
I'm plugging my ears because I want it to be that.
Okay, we'll go with that. But
I'm a little excited just that they're working on the next Tomb Raider, just because like I've been playing through the reboot, and I play it with the bow and arrow, and I try to never get into combat as much as possible, and I really hope that they kind of deal with it that way. So just
Human Revolution, they do a lot of... It was a lot of finding the vent, the human-sized vent to crawl through. In Mankind Divided, there are still those vents, but they don't rely on them nearly as much. They give you a lot more options to jump from cover to cover. You can eventually get an upgrade that you can become invisible for a very short amount of time. That if you're watching your like battery on your whatever skills that you can use, you can get around. You can just walk right past people being invisible. But one little glitch in a side quest I had was dealt with these gangs, and they showed, and like 2 people showed up in this area, and I negotiated my way out. When I said before about how in Human Revolution there were no, we're beyond the Raptors. Beyond the Raptors.
You gotta negotiate out of the
In Human Revolution, you had bad bosses.
Okay.
In this one, you can sweet talk your way past every boss. You don't actually have to get into a boss battle if you can sweet talk your way past it. If you can like negotiate things.
So you don't actually have to fight them then.
Yeah. And I
love charismaing my way through.
It's kind of like that.
Encounters.
Skyrim.
Yeah. But so I did this mission, and then out of nowhere I realized I went past one of where the entrance was to this gang territory, and I'm like, no one's there. And I'm like looking around, I'm like, if I go into this red area, no one's going to be alerted because no one's looking at me right now. So I'm like, I'm just going to sneak through here and see what happens. And I got access to the whole map of that area, and nobody was there. So I'm looting everything. I'm hacking every computer. I'm like, I'm deactivating every camera right now. So when I have to do this, it's all going to be taken care of. I'm going to break down every wall.
You were just like prepping the area.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Great game. I'm taking my time with it. I don't feel rushed to that one because I've got a month and a half before that, and I could be fine just playing that game until then, and then the other games that have my backlog, I'll get to them when I get to them. One of the other games that went along with that was Far Cry Primal. I played about 10 hours of Far Cry Primal in the last couple weeks, and
you can still speak English, huh?
Yeah.
You haven't gotten lost.
And I felt like I got about 40% done with the game. 10 hours in, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good with the game. I got to that point where...
That was the impression I got.
Yeah, it was like I was going from camp to camp, liberating camps, taking them over, unlocking all these skills, not doing any of the story, because when it comes down to it, these are like cavemen. I don't care what happens to them. Like, I really don't. Like, what kind of... You can't really tell me a compelling story when, like, the whole thing is that your whole tribe was killed. You found some woman and you're like bringing up this group to go against this tribe of cannibals. That's the whole story, and the end goal is to kill their leader, and that's it. So it was just sort of like I put 10 hours in. I got this game for like $7 on a Black Friday deal, so that's not bad. Yeah. I ended it riding a saber tooth, chucking spears at people. So it was pretty cool.
So you played wild.
Yeah. But I got to that point where I was no longer unlocking meaningful skills. Where I was just basically fine-tuning the skills I already had, reducing seconds off the cooldown times for things. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Like, because there was a point where I'm like, I'm going to platinum this. Like, I'm having so much fun playing this game. I'm going to platinum this. And then I hit a wall where I'm just sort of like, I'm doing the same things over and over. It's not defeat. It's just sort of like I got my fill of it. It's like if you're watching, some TV show on like Netflix or something that has 200 episodes, and you're loving the first like 3 seasons, but then you're just sort of like, you know what? I'm good. It's maybe the series is going downhill a little bit, and I'm just gonna say, I'm good with this.
It's like,
you've got about like 10 levels into your D&D 4th edition character, and you're like, I just want to go back and play Far Cry 3. I want to go back and play 3rd edition.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm good. I did it.
Yeah, the whole thing of like not having guns and all that was kind of weird at first. When you start to figure out how to deal with your spears and like your weapons, like the bows feel all right. They're not Skyrim bows. Like, I didn't feel as attached to the bows as I did in something like Skyrim.
I love Skyrim bows.
Yeah, same for me.
That's all I ever do.
You do it enough, you just see the arc. You just know exactly. You can judge your distance appropriately. You can get that with this one, but it doesn't feel as good.
And you get the slow-mo.
Yeah. Spears feel really good. Because like you can literally you have 2 options with your spears. Is you can do a melee attack where you just sort of prod someone with it, or you can literally just chuck it at them. And I would get to the point where I had like my spears maxed out that I'd have like 5 or 6 guys running at me, and it would just be like headshot, just chucking spears at them, and it felt really good. And then I just picked the spears back up off the corpses afterwards.
But then you're like, what else can I do with these spears? And
that was it, really.
Yeah.
I'd jump on a saber tooth and I'd run around with a saber tooth and chuck spears. That was the only thing I could do.
That's cool.
The clubs, you can throw clubs too, but clubs I don't like the melee stuff in there. That was the biggest problem. I don't like how melee works in that. Okay. It was kind of awkward. Yeah, that's it for me. Brian, what have you been doing Brian, Tyler?
Yeah, go ahead, Tyler.
Well, I will say so. My gaming kind of started and almost stopped the same weekend, like 2 weekends ago, right? The Switch, that was 2 weekends ago, right?
Mm-hmm. No, that was last week.
Well,
the Switch event.
Well, yes. Anyways,
it has
right
been
after the
a
Switch
week.
event, whenever I got home, and Brian left.
Yeah. Yeah, we hung out for a little bit.
It was like 4 o'clock in the morning when he left.
Well, his roommate was there, and we're just like, "Oh my god, you have to look at all these videos," and we were still kind of like amped.
I mean, I had to force myself to go to sleep that night. I'm laying in bed, just like I was like, "Go to sleep. There isn't anything else on Twitter. Just go to sleep."
Yep. I started playing some Lightning Returns again. And I was like, you know what? I think I might beat this tonight. And then I'm sitting there fighting. You know, I'm fighting the end boss. And God Benabelza, the God of Light.
I always love fantasy games that do that, where it's like few people get that far into it, but then you hear afterwards, we're like, oh, who's final boss? Final boss, God. And I'm like, oh man, seriously? I would have stuck around if I knew that.
That's awesome. But so he has different phases when you fight him, like every Final Fantasy boss.
Yeah, of course.
And
this isn't even my final form.
Yeah, he's just like, no, now I'm mad.
Now I'm angry.
He gets to like the 4th form, and it starts. I'm just like, you know what? I'm getting too tired for this. It's what time is it? I get my phone, 5 o'clock. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, and we've got. We'll talk about it in a little bit. We've got like 5 hours until GameStop opens, and we both need to be there for the Switch pre-order.
Reminded me that we needed to get up in the morning to go to GameStop.
I will just say, I love this image of like this huge creature, but like changing forms. Like, what do you think of me now? And you're like, oh god, look at the time, man. I am tired.
Can we do
Let's
this
continue this tomorrow. All right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, quick save.
I also been playing. I've been playing a lot of the Wii U again, just because
Because I talked you down from selling it.
That and I want to play it before I totally stop playing it for a while.
Yeah, I'm in that kind of phase. I'm just sort of like I'm tempted to get. I was tempted to get Yoshi's Woolly World.
It's
I
so
was
good.
tempted to go buy Splatoon.
It's so good. Or you should buy Splatoon.
No, actually, you shouldn't, because no more Splatfests. I have a feeling the online will probably die down a bit there.
Yeah, so
I don't think it's a
don't
good
worry
time to do it.
What
Wait,
about Mario
2
Maker?
months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mario Maker's
buy Mario Maker.
And we don't have any announced Mario
and never
Maker
sell
Switch,
it again.
So.
True. Might have to still get that one.
It's good. I mean, even if you don't play the online stuff, you
don't get it on 3DS though.
You can sit around with like 5 people on a couch and just be like, just make this super fucking impossible. No, that's dumb. Make it fun to play. Like everyone's just sitting there yelling, and you're all creating a level together. It's
you
great.
have access to literally millions of Mario levels.
Yeah.
So, like, even if you didn't want to make anything,
I could just download.
You could play Mario levels until you die, probably at this point,
and eventually find some good ones. There's a few people I follow that have.
Is it millions? Am I exaggerating there?
No, it's definitely millions.
They sold over 1 million.
It's
copies,
definitely millions.
So yeah,
there's a number out there
I'm not
somewhere.
sure how much. But
sorry, we're cock blocking your time.
No, you're cool. No, I guess I should finish that. I did end up beating Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns.
Take that, God.
Beat it during the Treehouse event.
God is dead. Yeah, that's right.
Because I remember
you were messaging us about that.
I totally missed like the Street Fighter stuff because
didn't miss much.
I figured it was a good time, and because all the the 30-minute cutscenes at the end of Final Fantasy games.
Oh yeah, they're going forever, and you don't want to miss it because this is what you've been working.
Yeah,
each character has to say goodbye.
Finally.
Yeah, it's very Japanese.
And I felt very, very. What's the word?
Satisfied?
Satisfied. I'll go with satisfied.
Satisfied.
I will.
To a point where you don't know what to do next.
And then that was what got me to play the Wii U as well. I was in a state of I call game limbo, and I beat the game that I was really into for like day after day for a little bit, and then now I don't know what to do. And so I was like, you know what? Let's play some Wii U.
Well, they had that one Amazon Fire Stick commercial, the show hole. Did you ever see that? Where it was just like when you finally finish that series and like you fall into a show hole. This is the game hole. I get that.
Exactly.
Well, and I'll have games. I'll look at my shelf and I'll be like, do I want to do this one or do I want to do this one? And I just get stuck between them, and I'm just sort of like,
I do too. And then I sit there.
I'm gonna just lay in the shower and cry.
Yep, exactly. Oh my god, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I'm gonna play solitaire for like a week.
Like that's and it's when I start switching games. Like, I'll just try this one. Nah, I didn't want to play that one. You know,
that's what we need to do. Just snap every time.
Every time someone says
inadvertently.
Switch, if I can think, no, I mean I'm not going to keep switching.
But on the Wii U, I figured since I hadn't finished my HD Twilight Princess that I would play some of that.
And
I never did that either. I need to do that. I got to ramp up my amiibo, my wolf amiibo.
That's the first time you played Twilight Princess?
I got to do that. Fuck.
Well, no, it's not the first time I played Twilight Princess. I just haven't finished Twilight Princess.
Oh, right, okay. You need to do that.
Oh, the ending is so good.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Don't tell me.
No,
oh, man.
No, of course not.
Oh, man.
It is on silent now. That's stupid.
Professionalism.
Yeah. But I got the Master Sword, and that's about where I quit. I started at the beginning of the Water Temple when I played over the weekend.
It's
that
not
water
a bad
temple
water
sucks.
It's not
Yeah.
a
It's not
bad
as bad
water
as
temple.
the Ocarina one, but that one's
No, I mean,
hate the water
no,
temple. Well, Ocarina can make you.
No,
have
that
to
water
start
temple
the
does
game
kind of
over.
suck.
because you have the stairs and you have to keep rotating.
Yeah,
and you get confused.
It was
You're
getting.
like, everything
I
looks
know.
the
I
same.
was too.
Yes,
I was getting so confused. I was like, okay,
Never-
I think I just came from that door. All right, let's move the stairs over here. No, this is where I came from.
So
what the hell?
So my rule is as easy as it is. My general rule with Zelda is as easy as it is to stop in the middle of a temple. Never stop in the middle of a temple.
Yeah.
If you are taking over a temple, you need to finish it that
God,
way.
I think I did that on the water temple in my last playthrough on the Wii U, and I think I got so confused. I think that screwed things
You
up.
have to finish
Well, I
the
beat
water
it.
temple.
Well, good.
I did beat it.
Cool. And
I didn't
then
like
you can
that. I didn't
I'm
like
going
that
to
boss.
bed.
I didn't like that boss. Like
I
the-
didn't either.
What's the boss? in
You're
that one?
underwater and you have to like hook shot.
I was getting annoyed because the iron boots. Because you had to get the iron. First, you had to use the iron boots, and it was that eyeball that was popping out.
Yeah.
And you had to hook shot it.
It'll come through these tentacles and it just
Yeah.
works its way through and then back, and it just does that over and over. It's just annoying.
And you hook shot it, and it brings you and you slice, and then it goes back. You do the same thing 3 times, and then it all of a sudden is this big fucking worm.
And then you got to grab onto
And
it
then-
and like sort of almost Shadow of the Colossus style climb it, but not nearly as good.
Yeah, and that's how I felt because I know how Shadow looks. I've never played it. I just know it looks. So, but yeah, so I did that. Got the Master Sword, and then I haven't played any more of it. I started playing some more Hyrule Warriors instead, and like I told you earlier, Jeremy, I went ahead and got suckered in and just went and got 2 DLC packs.
Did you get like is it the hero pack or the hero pass or whatever it was called? Or was
No,
that...
they're.
I got
no
like the
pass
season
thing on
passes for both of them when they came out. So I don't know how they split up the DLC.
It's not on the eShop. I didn't see it there.
I don't know. Maybe that was something they discontinued, where it was
It
just
might
like because I
be.
think it was a deal if you did it.
It was probably
beforehand.
when you got it with it.
Yeah. Then after everything is released, they're just sort of like, no more deals.
Yeah.
You pay full price now.
Well, it was 13 for the one with Linkle. I had Linkle and all the Wind Waker
13.
characters.
Oh well, but you
And
don't get
then-
the story stuff.
No.
That's the thing that sucks.
And
Even though the
then-
story isn't good, the fact that you don't get the story is kind of shitty.
I really like Linkle though.
Well, Linkle's a
like
cool
her.
character. It'd be great
really
to see her
like
in
her.
another game.
Yeah, I
that
want to
isn't
see
a
her
Warriors
in
game.
a game.
It'd be great if you come across her in
I would.
Breath of the Wild. That'd be pretty cool.
Ooh. I wouldn't hate on that. I know someone would. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
of course.
I know
Well,
someone
yeah,
would.
we live in an age where everyone's going to hate on something.
Especially in video games.
And
fanboys abound. And
I'm
Well,
glad you
that's
brought
just
that
how
up,
it
though,
is.
because I got to get back to Twilight Princess, even though I probably have to start over because I played on Hero Mode.
Oh.
And there's no way I'm going to be able to do a good dungeon or the hidden dungeon run to get my Wolf Amiibo's hearts all the way up like I want to.
Yeah, I just now noticed that I'm missing some hearts. I'm trying to get the bridge.
The Wolf
Fucking
Amiibo
fix.
you can transfer over to Breath of
yeah,
the Wild.
sorry, my surprised, confused look did not translate over radio, but yeah.
Radio.
Wait now. So what?
Okay, so the
Wolf
way
Amiibo that
Hero
comes with
mode
it.
and Wolf Amiibo.
Hero mode's like
Hard mode.
hardcore. Yeah,
Okay.
or hard mode.
Master Quest.
you don't
It's-
find hearts anywhere.
Oh, so they're
Items,
just getting
enemies
ready.
don't drop hearts. They've done that. No, they've done hero mode
Yeah.
since. What was the first hero mode? Was it Skyward Sword that did the first hero mode?
I think
like,
the
New
first
Game
Twilight
Plus or
Princess
something?
did, didn't it?
No, I don't think
On the
so.
No, they
Wii
didn't.
U?
No, they didn't
No.
do a
Wii?
hero mode. They didn't have a hero
No.
mode.
No, then it would have
I
been
played through
Skyward.
I
that
think
one, like,
Skyward
3
Sword was the
times.
first one.
It would have been Skyward then.
But hero mode is going to be. I expect. Well, maybe they said there won't be a hero mode. If there's a hero mode in Breath of the Wild, I'm playing it in hero mode because I love.
It's a survival
Zelda games
mode
are
at that
too
point.
easy, especially if you've been playing every single one. Like
Yeah.
I think we all have. So hero
Go
mode.
find the jars!
Yeah.
Break the jars!
All the pods.
Hero mode, enemies don't drop hearts. You don't find hearts in grass, so you actually have to use potions. You have to. Fairies aren't really. Fairies are good to have like 1 or 2, but you don't want to have all fairies because you want to just sometimes have
Yeah.
potions.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, enemies do more damage, but with the Wolf amiibo, Wolf Link amiibo, there is the secret dungeon
Yeah.
that they had in the original one, but this time when you get to the bottom of it, you
Oh,
can
the
scan,
one in the desert?
yeah, exactly. You can scan your Wolf Link amiibo onto there, and it saves a record of how well you did. And the better you did, the stronger your wolf will be when you transfer it over to Breath of the Wild.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of fun.
So I want to get. I don't. Yeah, I want to get it,
Oh.
but I'm shooting myself in the foot trying to do that in hero mode because that's what a 50 level dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah, I
like
think
that?
so.
God, why did I do that? I'm just going to start over.
I mean, I barely made it to the end
I
of
haven't
that
even
in
done that
regular
yet.
mode.
I may
Back
not.
on the Wii.
I may not even worry about it.
I'm at the right now. I'm doing the fucking getting enough rupees to rebuild the fucking bridge to Hyrule and shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then go get some kind of talk of the town to the blah blah blah. Go somewhere for the mirror. Some mirror that Midna's talking about.
Zelda is.
Oh yeah, you
Ooh,
need a
the
mirror
mirror
shard.
Twilight
You need
or
a mirror
some
shard.
shit.
Yeah, because there's like you get 4 or 5.
I swear it's
mirror
a mirror.
shards.
I'm like, part of me is hoping that Breath of the Wild will go away from the adventure part of action adventures that Zelda sometimes do, where it's like it's literally talk to every person until you have this item. Try this item on every person until they react. Because if you don't have a guide, you really can't tell in a lot of this stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't
But-
got the collectors.
It would also be great if in Breath of the Wild, if they did have some like really secret shit.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's characters
Oh,
that
yeah.
you'll only come across if you do things in a certain way.
That collector's edition looks like a Bible. Have you
for
seen it
the Twilight one.
Princess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I've seen that one. Yeah.
It's gold rimmed, all the
Mhm.
pages and shit. It's
Played
cool.
anything else?
I did have one of those moments where that you had with Dave. Oh my gosh, I
Deus
can't
Ex.
Yes, can't say it.
There was a guy I worked with that said it would pronounce it "due," and he'd be like, "Well, in French you pronounce it that way." I was like, "Well, it's not French; it's Greek. I mean, or no, it's not Greek. It's
Latin.
Latin." And it was like it's Deus Ex, as in Deus Ex Machina.
Ah,
And so
There we
yeah.
see, I just noticed something. But I had one of those moments, and I put in Bioshock for a little bit.
Ooh,
So
original
Okay.
Bioshock.
Infinite.
Oh, okay.
I was
Speaking
doing-
of God machines.
I've already beaten Infinite, the remaster, even, and so I was like, I'm gonna play the DLC because I this time I wanted to start instead of 1, 2, then Infinite. I wanted to go storyline.
So you want to start at the
with
back,
Infinite, and then 1,
and then by the
2.
time you get to 2, you go, I don't need to play this anymore.
Is it
Yeah, pretty
Infinite?
much,
Yeah. Is that a?
Yeah, Infinite's before 1.
Yeah.
Does that come in
Infinite's
through
in
the
the-
DLC? Does
the
it explain?
DLC ties
Okay, I
it
didn't
in.
play the DLC, so don't spoil anything
I
for
will
me.
not.
But
It's like
But it's
19
really cool.
teens-ish,
Well,
right?
I can
just-
tell you you're in Rapture in the DLC.
I knew that.
Oh,
it was,
yeah, that's
it was
right.
like
You
it
knew
had to
that.
do with the fall of Rapture.
I
or
forgot about
something
that.
And
like
you're still Booker.
Considering the way that they handle time in those games, though, I would argue that it's not really too important on where it goes.
Yeah,
I would say just
It-
play
it's-
1 and be happy
the
with your
DLC
life.
makes it a little more important.
Oh, okay. I guess my idea of how they handle things like string theory, not really a spoiler, but in terms of string theory and how time travel and time placement works, they're kind of fluid in a way.
But you have to think about it as in like at the very end of Infinite, they killed Booker.
Okay, now that's a
Right.
spoiler.
What?
You just spoiled Infinite.
You haven't played it?
I'm talking about.
I haven't played it.
Oh man, this is so.
We
oh,
have
man.
we have people that listen to this.
Spoiler.
To this podcast.
Hold on, I'm gonna make a bunch of
Cut it out.
The sound waves are gonna be huge right now, so that Jeremy knows that something happened right here.
So old booger got picked, and go on.
Well, now I feel really bad.
I mean, there's no
Well,
turning
I was
back
just
now,
trying to
so
say that-
finish it up.
I was just trying to say
If you
that
wanna
you have to
talk
think
about
about
it.
that for the story of the DLC. Just think about that moment.
I mean, I didn't play
And-
the DLC, so I don't know what
Yeah.
the DLC's about. So
All I know, but it just takes. It still takes place right after that moment. So you gotta think if you're still Booker, and then
Yeah.
You see what I'm
know,
talking
okay,
about?
sure.
It's all right.
it's still like a timeline thing,
Sure. I get that.
but it makes it come full circle in the DLC.
This doesn't mean you can spoil Rogue One if you know the timeline.
I don't know. I don't know much about Star Wars,
Oh, okay.
so you got me on there. I'll just shut up.
See, there's this thing called a Death Star.
Yeah,
And Jar Jar Binks would.
I know who Jar Jar Binks is.
He built it single-handedly,
I've seen the first.
and then
6.
went, "Oh
And then Mace
Star Wars.
Windu was like,
no,
"Oh,
man,
I
motherfucker!
got purple lightsaber. That was in his contract.
Bitch, please."
That was literally in Samuel Jackson.
I wasn't in his contract.
It was.
He was just like, George.
I swear it was in his
George, I know you
contract.
want to make money, and that's why you hired me.
Ask someone about it. Ask someone about it.
I'd say I've heard him.
Brian,
talk
is
about
that
it.
true?"
I've heard him talk about it,
All right, I asked someone, and
but I haven't heard him say that it was in his contract. He just kind of went up to George and was like, "Give me a purple lightsaber." And George was like, "I'll do anything for money. You can have a purple lightsaber."
I'll tell you.
Can
what,
I make 40 action figures of you?
Like, yeah, whatever. Just give me purple.
Just give me purple.
Brian,
Oh yeah.
go.
So I had
Playing
plans.
Tomb Raider?
I did. I like Tomb Raider. I'm still working on it. Everything still holds. I thought like the game was kind of telling me that it was going to end, but then I knew it wasn't going to end because I hadn't seen enough tombs, so I could kind of tell like, oh, it's just getting to like a
Some of them are like
part
kinda
of the story.
Like
Are you going to
out
try
there.
to like? No, I mean, maybe not necessarily 100% the game, but
I'm gonna-
try to get
I've
as much as possible before
I've been
the ending.
I've been 100%ing areas as I go through them.
Yeah, I will say that. That's
It's
one,
fun.
definitely
It's just
been
fun to do.
That's one
Yeah.
of those games. Damn, my throat. That's one of those games that is actually kind of fun to 100% everything because I did it on that one.
I would, but as I was playing through it last week was also Awesome Games Done Quick.
Oh, yeah.
And so I kind of ended up not playing a whole lot of
Was that
video
with the Halo?
games. Yeah, when I was like,
Yeah,
just like sending you messages like, dude, they're playing Halo 2 on Legendary and beating it in like an hour and 40 minutes.
And
Like,
the thing is,
it's nuts.
I have no affinity for Halo. I played the first one. I
love
played a little bit
Halo.
of the second one. And I played like a beta of one. So when I'm in that group chat with you guys talking about it, I'm like, okay.
Dude, I love Bungie Halo story. I feel like Bungie makes really fun to play shooters. I've never been like super competitive at Halo except for Halo 1, you know, in the dorm rooms and back in the day and stuff. But
Sure.
but they spin a good yarn, and I appreciate Halo's story. I don't really have much love for Halo 2.
I don't think that.
Really,
No, I mean it
That's
came
a
out
lot
when
of
I was a
people's,
freshman in
like-
the dorm.
a lot of people like that one a lot.
It ruined dorm life for me. I hated the changes they made.
Oh,
We were having like LAN parties all the goddamn time, and then when 2 came out, everybody got it, and I didn't like the way it felt or controlled. I didn't like dual wield. I didn't like all that shit.
well, 3 was my favorite online.
I like 3 a lot. I think ODST is the best one because
My-
it's the most Halo
It's just
combat
dark.
evolved out of all of
It's
them.
so dark.
It's
and
atmospheric. It's really
sad.
fun.
I love it.
My memories of Halo were in the first one, driving the Warthog into places that it shouldn't be.
Yes.
Like cramming
Oh
it
my
through
god, that
corridors.
speed run. Oh yeah.
And just trying to be like driving down these corridors where it's like these aliens come around the corner where you're supposed to shoot them, where they come around, they're like, "Ha, we got you!" And I'm just like, boom, 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 like just running them over.
That speed run, dude, he is taking the Warthog in places it is not meant to go, and it's so much fun to watch. Like, I'm amazed that I sat there for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm amazed that I watched as much of the stuff as I did, because I try to watch Games Done Quick the 2 times a year it happens. I put a lot of time into it this past one. I've never watched it as much as I had, because like I'll be like, oh, they're gonna play this game I don't know or care about. I'm not gonna watch them play Descent 2 for 50 minutes, and then I watch them play Descent 2 for 50 minutes, going like, how the fuck does this guy do this?
Real quick, have you ever played Psychonauts?
No. In shame, I answer no.
There is a Psychonauts speed run done in front of the developers of Psychonauts.
Oh, is it Tim Schafer's right there?
It was Tim Schafer.
That's
it's like
so
the whole
cool.
team. It's a double fighting team. Like all the people that are working on it, and it's I like some of the speed runs. I really only like the ones where it's like, oh, you broke the record. I want to see you play this game that I spent 40 hours on and beat it in 5 minutes. Like, I want to see that.
Yeah.
But
watching people beat Fallout 3 in 20.
That's how I felt when I watched the Ocarina of Time.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah. That Ocarina of Time one is so nuts.
For the first time, I was like,
I've really been obsessed with speedruns like for as long as I can remember, like since like the late 90s, early 2000s.
But even still, like you said, you were watching them do speedruns of games that you really don't know anything about.
Yeah.
Look up the Psychonauts one. It's on like the Double Fine YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. It's so entertaining. Just watching them do something and seeing the people that developed it react, where they're just like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
Like, and they're like telling stories about how long it took them to like program this thing, and this guy's just like, "I can just skip right over that." Like,
yeah,
it's so good.
Oftentimes
it's really good.
It's a lot of fun to watch, because they'll do that. They'll bring on some of the. In some years past, I've watched videos where
I watched
they're there.
Yoshi's Island one.
Yeah. Dude, that's
where they did like a 4-player or something, and they're
the races.
I like the races.
Yeah.
Oh, the races are so
really
cool. I've watched a game that I tried to review for Machine Red. They Bleed Pixels. They did that in front of the creators, and they're just like, "Oh, you figured out a way to walk through the spikes instead of jumping over all the spikes."
Yeah.
Like, there's places where we can just walk through them. And they're like, "Cool." We didn't know about that. Like it's
get a patch out there.
Yeah. I fucking love speedruns. I love watching record runs, but I also love watching people talk about like, hey, I could have done this perfect, but like here's something that we just figured out. Like this strat for this 25-year-old game.
Like that Mario one that you showed me.
Yeah.
Like last week.
It just got
Mario
discovered.
World?
Yeah, the Mario World killing boos thing. Like
the big boo, the giant boo.
And like that's not even a speedrun strat. That's just something that someone was like, hey, did anyone else know about this?
You showed me that last week. I was like, what?
I saw a headline for it. I didn't look into it, but I'm just like, hot damn.
Yeah, we were
people still figuring that shit out. That's
after the Switch show, he handed me his Wii U gamepad, and I was like, oh, I want to you got some cool games on here.
Super Mario World.
I'll play Super Mario World, and then I'm like, oh my god, you don't have the top secret area unlocked. You don't have Star World unlocked. You don't have any.
Oh god!
And it turned out to be his roommate, but I was just like, this shit will not stand, and so I sat there and beat some of the levels. But one of the things I did was like, hey, it wasn't just figured out this week, but someone just brought it to the attention of the internet that you can do this and kill a boo by sliding downstairs. And then what was it? Monday, I was supposed to have a couple friends over for Ogre Battle Day.
You were gonna Ogre,
and that fell through. Which is the reason why
it's just so out of reach. Apparently, it's the
well,
mythical Ogre Battle Day.
The past year, I've been trying to do it, and I've only had one day where it actually worked out, and that was a year ago. And I thought we were finally going to get to it, and it didn't work out. So
he hit me up like I just got off work.
I was like, Tyler, you want to hang out and like stream or something? And we didn't end up streaming. We just ended up hanging out.
Well, two of my friends that ended up coming over to my apartment that I didn't know were coming over.
And I didn't bring my game capture
we
card.
just ended up all playing Smash Bros.
I wish I had brought my game
Which
capture
version?
card.
For Wii U.
Oh, okay.
I got my ass kicked because I'm
pretty good at
I'm a
it.
Melee player, so
I'm good at
I
any
was
of
good
them.
at it, but unlike, I was talking before about how much I love Street Fighter and all that, and how I can not play it for years and be able to jump back in and actually still be decent at it. Smash Brothers for me is it's not like riding a bike.
Play Wii U or play Ryu.
Yeah, I guess I could play as Ryu.
yeah, but you're still playing with an analog stick.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you
still
can
just
do
not
the,
quite right. But I
No,
know,
but you're playing with an
well,
analog stick
I
if
think
you're doing
you can
that.
get a gamepad.
but it's still it's still just
Can
like
you?
the way the characters are on there. It's not that I think
Yeah.
it's a great game. It's a really competitive, competent fighter.
Each version's
But
different.
I feel like if you don't
We should
play
play
it
some Smash
regularly, you kind of I think you lose it. At least in
Yeah.
my case.
yeah.
And I only
yeah,
say that because I
no.
don't have that problem with other fighters.
I mean,
I will
if
say
we
that
stuck
too.
Melee in right now, I would clean up because I don't
Yeah,
think
I probably
I don't think I
wouldn't
could
do
ever
as
lose
well.
by Melee.
yeah.
I
But-
wouldn't do as well as on Melee right now because I'll agree with you on that. I've had times where I used to play Melee all the fucking time whenever I was younger. That's what me, my brother, my sister, my other brother, we all played that shit together. My best friend.
Oh man, if you got
And
three
then-
siblings, that's the perfect game.
Yeah, and then just stopped
Shit.
all of a sudden, and I went to college and
Brawl
that's
sucked.
yeah, and we didn't want to play Brawl.
Brawl
and,
sucked.
What?
and
And
sorry, Jeremy, did you slide off the stage for about 5 years? Yes, Brawl sucked.
yeah, with the slipperiness of the game.
Ah, come on! I thought I had a great pun there.
Anyways,
Yeah, I mean, he caught it.
I'm not I never got that deep into the what is
you
it?
could
the
randomly
meta
slip.
the meta. Of,
I unlocked
Melee
everything
or-
in Brawl, and then
Yeah.
about a week later, I never played it again.
Well,
It
so
just kind of happened like that.
when I go back to college,
Sorry.
those two friends that came over to the apartment, they that's where I met them, and they're like, "Hey, you guys play Smash Bros?" And I was like, "Oh, I used to play. I don't have the game anymore, or whatever." And so they had it.
And
We
you
got more controllers. We all started playing again. I sucked. I was like, I don't remember being this bad. I thought I was good at this game.
That's how it was.
And-
That's how it was for me because I picked it up with because me and my brother used to play it all
Yeah.
the time. Like Melee, we got that when it came out. Our birthday was around then, and so it's like we got that and
and the GameCube.
and they got the GameCube and all that.
I got it with the GameCube too.
And we played it so much that we tried to come up with our own games where we would pick who the other person would play at.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
We do that
We
where
used
it
to
was
do
just
that
like
too.
that was the thing where we'd be like, I know he's bad with this character, so I'm going to
Yeah.
force him to play that.
My
because
brother
that
and I would do that. We even got my dad to play once.
We made so many dumb little games up with that game. Like, okay, my
Well,
best
they
friend
had the
growing up.
special Smash where you could put all the
Weird
random shit
rules
onto,
and- yeah.
like the bunny hat and
My best friend growing up, his favorite game of all time is Melee.
I love the
We
calendar,
played
too.
Melee constantly, and not no, we played Melee so much. I think it's just stuck in my brain.
No, that's actually one of the games that after I unlocked every single thing, I deleted data and redid it.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, I
Okay.
thought that was counterintuitive.
No,
to the
yeah,
way
I
you
always
do
wanted to
Melee.
keep all my data.
Yeah, I'm still trying to unlock every single trophy. My best friend did that, actually. And to do that, you have to get through a single player, match without taking a single percentage of damage.
Jesus.
One of the trophies is that. And he sat there for about 2 weeks just trying and finally did it because he's the best Melee player I've ever met in my entire life. I don't know if he's MLG, but, shit. We played a lot of Melee.
I do remember in high school, one of my friends, he would talk about how good his brother was. And I was like, please.
Come on.
So eventually I challenged him, and it was his older brother. So, and we were in high, because we were sophomores, and he'd already graduated. So, it was one of those things. His big brother finally comes around.
He was the master.
And it was just like I was the best of my circle of friends at it, so I was like, yeah, I'll play him. And it was basically
he played Fox.
I can't remember who he played as. I remember I played as Kirby.
I was always youngling.
Fuck Fox.
I played as Kirby because Kirby was always good for like durability.
He was unstoppable in 64, and he was perfectly balanced in Melee, I feel.
And we had 5 stock match, and he beat me, but he only beat me by like 2. He had like 2 lives still, and that this 5 stock match went for like 30 minutes.
Ooh,
like it went on forever.
Epic.
And by the end of it, he was just like,
I fucking love.
He was just like,
Smash
okay,
Brothers.
yeah, you're pretty good. And I was like,
thank you.
yes, but I lost.
Thank you.
I still lost.
Because it would be like, there'd be so many times where he thought he smashed me, and you'd see it would like beep 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 beep,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, here I come, I'm back.
That's it. Yeah.
One sword
Me and
your
him
face.
had a puffball match. He was
That's
Kirby
right.
and I was Jigglypuff.
Yeah. Did you
So
win
we're
that
both
one?
just
Because
like-
we traded off. I think you won the puffball match.
No,
and
you
I
won the puffball.
and then you won
I
the
lost.
one after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a much better one-on-one player, but
I'm
especially
a better
in
party
Wii U.
player. I'm better at party playing on that game.
I
for
can.
some reason.
I used to, every time we do like more, if there was ever more than 2 people playing, that because of my circle of friends and me being in the top one, I would literally sit there and wait. I would be like, whoever
Yes.
wins will challenge
Yes,
me.
yes. That ended up when we were playing a team battle. That ended up happening a couple times because
Oh.
one person would get kicked out, and
Yeah.
no, it wasn't a team battle. It was just 4 people.
No, we did do some team battles.
We
that
did
day.
do that, but there was one where there were 4 people, and someone got kicked out, and the other one was like, "Get him," and he was the one who'd been winning.
Yeah.
So like the other person obliged while he watched.
Oh, that was when you got out, and then
Yeah.
Joe was Zelda, and I hate him as Zelda, and so does Dustin. So Dustin and I were like, you know what, fuck you.
But Dustin sat back and watched
And then-
while you went after.
Yeah,
him.
he was like, go Tyler, go. All right, good job, Minion.
And Zelda
I
was
was
like,
like,
"This is
fuck you."
bullshit,
And I would start
man.
attacking Dustin.
So-
I could talk about.
Yeah,
that
we
later.
could go on to that for a while. But
Yeah.
anything else?
So I
No,
went
no,
over
wait.
to. So the next day I was still kind of jonesing for Smash Brothers. So I kind of had my gamepad next to me while I was editing together some video, and then would just kind of lean over and play again. It was kind of nice actually. But then we went over to my mom's, and my brother has his Wii U on the Wii channel modded with the homebrew channel.
Oh.
The way that I used to have.
Welcome to Pirate Talk.
Well,
Dun,
yeah.
dun, dun.
Yarg.
A long time ago, I literally within the first year of the Wii, that the homebrew channel
I mean,
was
my friend
created.
had homebrew on the first week.
I didn't really utilize it very well, other than letting our friend Dean put a shitload of Master System games on it, because Dean's our resident Sega head. But he's got the Wii Flow, which is the Wii emulator. So we played some Guitar Hero, a Guitar Hero mod that is video game soundtracks.
Oh shit!
Which was kind of dumb and fun. Someone actually made easy, medium, hard, and very hard tracks for all these video games. And it's someone who you could tell came up in the 2000s, because they've got a song from Shadow the Hedgehog and 2 Sonic Adventure 2 battle songs on it.
Wait, what 2 Sonic Adventures?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Live and learn.
Sure. I think that might be
That's
one of
probably
them.
one of them.
There's a Golden Sun medley, which is like a metal version. Some of these are actual MIDI files. There's Gerardo Valley. There's Song of Storms or whatever. Lost Woods, but some of them are also covers.
As soon
There's
as you
a-
say that, it just pops in my head.
It's one of my favorite video game songs
I love
ever.
that song.
There's a
I heard a mariachi band cover of
Nice.
Gerudo Valley. It's
I think-
actually so good.
I think that
I
might
love
be
it.
the version of it that's in there. There's a MIDI version of that song, and then
Uh-huh.
later there's a harder version of it that is a cover. It was weird and dumb and kind of fun. So we played that. The weird thing is there's no star notes. So like
Wait,
if you are
do you use a Guitar Hero?
you're playing Guitar
Okay.
Hero, yeah. There's no star notes in any of the versions, so like if you are sucking, you have nothing to save you,
Right.
which kind of sucks. We played Mario Sports Mix, which is really dumb.
The soundtrack for Mario Sports Mix?
No, we actually played Mario Sports Mix.
Wait, which one's... Which
That's the one that has like volleyball, which is kind of fun, basketball, which is kind of fun, hockey, which is kind of fun. There's 4 sports on it.
Is
They're
this
kind
Wii?
of fun, yes.
Is there any motion in this?
Yeah, I mean, like you waggle to shoot and stuff like
This
that.
is a forgettable one for me. I'm pretty good at remembering Mario games in particular, even some of the sports ones, but I don't remember this
It's
one, really.
dumb. The computers are really stupid. That's
Sure.
the only problem. Like the mechanics
Got
are
to make
fun.
it easy for the kids.
The mechanics are really fun. Like
Yeah.
we went through a tournament, a hockey tournament, which is like Mario Tennis, where the 2 characters are standing there and they go, "Meow," and then the winner goes up the bracket, and then the next, then you go up the bracket, and it's like 3 rounds. But by the end of the first half, there's 2 halves in each game. By the end of the first half, like we're burying the computer, and we're playing on like super hard mode. So it kind of like, I mean, the fun thing about it is like the first round is ice hockey. The second round is you don't have a goalie. You have like traffic cones set up everywhere, and like if you hit them really hard, you break it. And so like once someone scores, the traffic cones reset. And that's kind of cool. The championship round is a fountain around the goalie box. So you have to hit a switch to turn the fountain off to even be able to get it into the goal.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool, but the computer sucks.
Yeah.
It's really dumb. My brother loves Wii Party.
But I liked it. You know, when it came out, me and some of my friends, we had fun with that at the time. It's not a great
What
game,
is
but
that? I never heard of that one.
it's like party games with your Miis.
super simple. Imagine Mario Party, but you strip away all the character.
But there's one mode. There's one mode that's Mario Party without all the bullshit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's all sorts of like different like weird games. Like there's one that's quiz time, where someone sits in the quiz hot seat and then the other people have their Wiimote and they pick answers. Like you answer 8 questions of like the question is, would this person prefer this or this? And like the first 2 questions are only 2 answers, and then there's 3 answers, and then there's 4 answers to choose from. And you have to try and like pin down whoever's in the hot seat. And I mean, it's kind of dumb and fun. Like
It's similar to like a lot of the popular card games, like board games that you have
games.
now. Similar to Jackbox, but you have a lot of those games that are similar to, basically trying to ape what Cards Against Humanity did by coming up with like weird things to put your friends in awkward situations. It was like that, but a Nintendo one, so it was more G-rated kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
The problem with it is my brother loves the wheel spin game.
I vaguely remember that
where
one.
like it's kind of like press your luck, but it's not fun at all. I fucking hate it.
Not fun
And like I don't know all the games that are on Wii Party, because every time he wants to play it, he wants to play that game.
Yeah.
And I hate that game. I hate it. So I'm not too much into that. One last thing we played was special shout out to Vincenzo. The computer named and created me that we love to play with, because we will back out and go back in like over and over again until Vincenzo shows up, and then we all go Vincenzo. I don't know why we love Vincenzo so much. It's just dumb. But I played Fortune Street.
Really?
Have you played Fortune Street?
No, it's one of those games that are like, at first it's like, oh, it's like Monopoly, but Nintendo version, but then I start looking into it more, and I'm like, there's no way I can convince anyone to play this game with me.
That's the problem, is it's totally Monopoly. It's apparently
it's a long-running Japanese
remake.
game
Yeah. Square made it. It was fun.
Really?
Like, it was okay. So we had there's apparently simple rules and then like real game rules, and we picked simple rules because no one had ever played it. And then my brother picked the figure 8 course, which made it really limited. But we got my mom to play. we can get my mom to play some stuff, but she is to this day she can still kick my ass at Dr. Mario. I think I've been able to. I think over the years I've gotten better than her at Tetris, but she's still a fucking Tetris savant.
So before we started, I just want to say this real quick. We were talking about parents playing video games, and I said my mom never played video games. She loved Tetris. Mm-hmm. When I had a Game Boy,
everybody
loves
Tetris.
My mom played more Tetris than I did on that game. Mm-hmm. So just had to, that memory popped in my head. Had to throw it out there. Continue.
My mom played Tetris. My video game mentor was my aunt, who's like only 8 years older than I am. She played the hell out of Dr. Mario. My mom played Dr. Mario. My grandparents, my mom and my aunt's mom and dad, all 4 of them were better than me at Dr. Mario. And as a 7-year-old who was like had already had like a few games completely beaten under his belt, like for a 7, I thought that was pretty cool as a kid. For these adults to like just trash me at this game, like I was like, fuck this game. I fucking hate Dr. Mario. And I eventually got okay at it, but I'm nowhere near their level.
It's stories like that make me understand more and more why you like lean towards like Luigi, of just being like playing.
I was second player
by Mario.
Like, I own, and then
just like Luigi does.
Yeah,
exactly.
What is it? The end of the one of the games, Luigi opens up the door for the balloon, lets Peach and Mario on, and then they just shut it on him.
Oh yeah, that was one of them.
Is that a Mario and Luigi game? Maybe.
I think it
was it New Super Mario.
They like to pick
U?
on
I
him
think
a lot.
I think it might have been one of the New Super Mario Brothers.
I just remember that part. And I'm just like, dude, that always happens.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to this day, I still pick if I'm given 3 open slots and I own the game and I just bought it. I still pick the second slot.
That's so weird.
It's from playing with my aunt, who was this.
I always played
extreme A type. And,
I always made everybody else not player 1. I was like, no, I'm player 1.
Well,
I want my save data.
It also has a lot to do with the fact that, I owned my own NES from the age of 3. Like, it was mine. Mm-hmm. I didn't buy it. I was 3. But it was mine.
I worked hard in the coal mines to buy that NES.
I got the black lung, but I still can play Tetris. But, like, as a polite child, like, I would let people play first. And then go, okay, so here's what you did wrong. My turn. I am the green guy. I also love the Ninja Turtles, so I lean toward the green guy.
I had a similar thing, but it was more due to cockiness.
Yeah.
Being like, no, you go ahead. You can go ahead.
That's how mine was.
There was a friend of the family who loves to tell a story about 5-year-old me who was like, so how do I do this? And he was doing so poorly at the first level of Mario that I was like, just jump down there. And he jumped into a hole, and I was like, okay, here's what you're doing wrong. And I just beat the level in front of him. And he's like, you little 5-year-old bitch. Like I guess he still tells that story, and I'm 31 now. Nice. So, yeah. But Fortune Street is a whole lot of fun. It's ridiculously dumb, but like you have net worth and cash on hand, like liquid cash on hand, and it's really stupid. Tiffany and I were having a blast. My brother and my mom could not be more bored. They were ready to stop, and we were just like trouncing them. And really, he picked the dumbest board for the game. Like if he picked a bigger board, it might have been they might have stood a chance.
Sure.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I actually enjoy it.
On that note, last night, me, Donnie, and his girlfriend played Monopoly. He downloaded it on his Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just passed the controller around, roll and shit. She cheats. I'm not going to play with her anymore.
How do you cheat
on the game?
Dude, because she had the controller.
Where'd you get the pink 50s, Grandma?
She had the controller and was just starting up. You can make offers to your co-players.
Oh, shit.
And you'd be like, okay, I'll give you this if you give me that.
So she makes a quick offer and then accepts it?
Yeah.
Because you're only playing with one controller?
And even Donnie was like, babe, you're being a butthead right now. Stop it. And she's just over there giggling. I was like, nah, fine. I just bankrupt myself. I was like, I'm done.
No.
I'm not.
No, you always get, every time I play Monopoly with people, there's always that one person that's just sort of like, I'm just gonna sabotage everything, and they ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You either have that where everyone gets so pissed off at the game, or everyone gets bored at the game.
Yeah.
You never like, oh right, that was a game of Monopoly. I really enjoyed our time together.
Yeah, no.
Like Settlers of
Everyone's
Catan, I
shaking
almost
hands.
always get mad.
Yeah, it's Settlers. I don't. It's not. It doesn't take as long as Monopoly, so that's why Settlers doesn't actually piss me off. Because like eventually I know that I'm gonna lose, and so I'll just start fucking with people.
Expansion pack.
But oh shit!
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and
I gotta pee.
Brian's got to pee, and when we get back, we're going to talk about some more Nintendo stuff, specifically the Fire Emblem Direct and the upcoming Nintendo Switch games. We'll be right back.
On the flip flop.
Bonus stage.
And we are back.
Dun, dun, dun.
And
This time I believe it.
You believe it? Then
yeah.
it must be real.
and
This must be the place.
Anyway, this last week we had a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Very quickly after, and this is going to be crazy because we are 41 days, as of this recording, 41 days away from the
Jesus
Switch.
Christ.
And we could have a Direct every week. Honestly, we're gonna have at least one more Direct, I believe, because they still have a lot of stuff to talk about in terms of Virtual Console. But we did have a Direct
interface.
with
How much that's gonna cost?
Yeah.
But we had a Direct with an announced Switch game. The Direct was the Fire Emblem Direct.
Dun, dun. Hallelujah. I'm sorry, I love Fire Emblem.
Yeah, Tyler's a big Fire Emblem fan. I've only played one of them, but I did love Awakening. And out of nowhere, we got an announcement for a new 3DS Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valencia, something like that. I don't know. It's not a C, it's a T, so Valencia. It's a remake of the second Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem Gaiden.
Yeah, that was
It
originally
only released in Japan.
on the
Super
NES.
Nintendo?
Yeah.
On the
NES.
NES.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
very old.
Oh wow.
They show, I mean, did you watch the whole thing, or you just
No.
saw the clips?
No.
They show in the Direct the original game,
Yeah,
and
they
it's like, wow, if
it's
you've
a
played Fire Emblem,
big
it's like,
difference.
holy shit. Like,
It
it's so...
goes from a Shining Force fucking look
Like not first person.
to overhead moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks more like a Zelda in a dungeon sort of thing at
Yeah.
first, overhead kind of
Yeah.
feel, but then you get into the
Now,
battles, and
why?
it's...
Has Intelligent Systems been doing these games the entire time?
I don't... I don't know.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know the lineage.
I don't know if they started with doing the Advance Wars and then they took over Fire Emblem. Real crazy thing though, before Awakening happened, I saw this thing that if Awakening didn't sell well, Nintendo was going to retire Fire Emblem.
What?
They were
That,
because
is Awakening? Which one's that?
3DS.
It was okay.
That was the first
Okay.
3DS one, and
then they
one
made
did-
like 15 more for the 3DS.
No.
no.
Okay.
No,
made-
they did the
they
three technically
A
one.
trilogy.
Okay,
Kind
okay.
of.
Sure, well, yeah, you can call it that.
I feel like there were more on
A
on
story
3DS.
trilogy.
Yeah,
Breakaway trilogy. A break trilogy. I don't know how to describe that.
Hey,
I mean before
It
that,
branches.
they made you pay for the different branches.
in America before that we had the Wii one, and then we had a Game Boy Advance one. I think that was
There
all
was
we
a
had in
GameCube
America.
one. There
was
was
a
a
GameCube
GameCube
one.
one.
There was a
There's two
GameCube.
Game Boy Advance ones.
Oh, okay, see,
I played the
been
first
with-
one.
I've been there since the first Game Boy Advance one.
I really
the
tried.
first one
on
had
that one.
Lynn and
Lynn. That's who I was
Elwood
thinking of earlier.
and
Yes.
Hector.
Yes.
Which
Hector's awesome.
Elwood is like Roy's dad.
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
And Hector is Marth's dad or some shit.
Isn't
like
that what it is? Okay.
Something like that. I don't know. Way back. And then there's Sacred Stones. That was the
okay,
second
yeah, I
GBA.
know. I've got whichever one was in the Ambassador program. I've got that on my 3DS. I just haven't played it.
I
should. I really should.
They're
I
both
really
on the
tried.
eShop. On the Wii U, at least. I got the first one on the Wii U.
Yeah, none of the Game Boy Advance games are on the 3DS eShop.
I've talked about it in the
Which is still
podcast
just
before.
That's
ridiculous that they
stupid.
never
Why
did that.
not? Like,
Yeah.
Whatever.
We know you can put
it's
Game Boy Advance
Nintendo.
on the 3DS. I have 10 Game Boy Advance games on my 3DS.
It's nonsense.
So, but yeah, this is a remake of the second one that will have dungeons, which
Yeah.
weren't in any of the... were they in any other Fire Emblems? Were there
No,
dungeons?
because... No.
It's always been skirmishes.
It's always been a... Here's the map you're fighting on. There's the army. kill a leader. There's story in it.
Yeah, it's a map.
right.
It's a map select.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you go into a skirmish, as it were, and then
so it's
that's
not
it.
been like that, or at least technically you could say it's not been like that in America.
Yeah, no American release has been like
So
that.
is the dungeon going to be like you have to just move your way through this whole dungeon?
No, it's literally
No,
like
it
freely
looked like
moving
it-
through
yeah.
a dungeon, like a 3D action game. And then when you come across an enemy, it's like in your typical RPG thing where they'll turn at you, exclamation point, they run at you, and then that
a
starts
skirmish
the
happens.
then that starts the
When it
turn-based
shows
Okay.
them moving
tactical thing.
through the dungeons, it kind of reminded me how it first looked like playing the remake of Final Fantasy III on the DS.
Okay, or it
When you're
reminded me
walking
of like a Dragon Quest
Yeah,
in terms of that, like when you see or a Tales game.
yeah, there you
Maybe,
go.
but not,
Tales.
but a lot closer.
Yeah.
Camera. Tales games are always pulled back really far.
What's the iOS one called?
We'll get to that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then after that, we saw a little bit more for Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yes.
Or no, was it the Switch?
Well,
no.
they
What was the next?
they
announcement?
showed one coming in 2018.
Yeah. Oh god, that pissed me off so
That's
much.
all it showed.
Me too.
Here's the Fire Emblem logo. We're putting the game on the Switch,
And it's coming
it said
next
we're
year.
aiming for
Why didn't
2018.
they
Yeah.
just do both?
Well, this is going to be the first story one for the console since the Wii one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it'll be
it's
great.
exciting. It's just it's
And
counterintuitive to
They
their
don't
message.
do as good as the handheld Fire Emblem
It's
versions.
yeah,
That's the
but
thing.
No, I
technically
think you're
this
talking.
is
I think
supposed
you're
to be
thinking about something else. Because I mean, this is them announcing a dedicated Switch Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
right,
Then we got the Warriors
And
announcement.
then we got Warriors, which is like Hyrule Warriors.
right.
for
Or
the
Dynasty
Switch.
Warriors.
Yeah,
Yes.
for the Switch and the 3DS.
Why didn't
Yes.
they do that with the one that's only coming out on the 3DS?
Because that one's what? What
Are
do
you
mean?
talking about the
the
Fire Emblem
Echoes?
Echoes?
Why not?
Because they're having a complete. So here's what they're doing.
Well, I
Pretty
understand
much.
what they're doing. Why not have them both?
Because they want one to stay there and the other to stay in the other.
Well, I mean,
That's
like,
just
why not do it the way that
Nintendo.
Zelda is? Like, there's the new Zelda's
Here's-
on
but-
Wii
here's the
U
reason
and
why.
the new one.
But they don't
and-
have Zelda Wind Waker on the Wii U and the DS.
Yeah, here's the reason why. Here's the reason why they're not doing that. They have an engine that they have been using that they created with Awakening that they also used for what was the next one?
Fates.
For Fates. That explains why they had such. This is a year. We are a year out from a Fire Emblem. Like that's crazy
They've
for
been
a big
working on it.
RPG like that. For them to turn around and put out another RPG that they are using that same engine. They've modified it. That is a engine made for a dual screen handheld. That's not something that you can just put
Okay.
on a single screen
Okay.
game.
Like, yeah,
it's
no,
really-
they've been working on it for a while. It's dual screen. Okay, yes. That's fair.
they would have to retool
It's
so
just,
much
it's
stuff.
just
about
like having, it's the way I look at it is they already were making the 3DS one, and then they're like, okay, we should do one for the Switch
we should just keep
so
putting
that
it
we
out.
have a Switch one too.
Mhm.
And yeah,
I'm just ready for this glorious future of everything is in one place.
but
And-
Warriors, yes,
Yeah.
I will buy that. I most definitely probably will.
So it's
I like those
weird that
games.
we're getting a 3DS version with it too, but I think I'm guessing that there's some
Hopefully-
kind of deal that
Yeah.
Koei Tecmo made with Nintendo where it's just like we'll make these exclusive games, but we want them on your super successful handheld too.
Yeah, the one with the 60 million install base.
Yeah, we want to make sure that these sell. So yeah, we'll have a Switch version, but
And-
we made a good game on the Wii U, but it didn't sell very well on the Wii U. It sold well on the 3DS. We want to make sure there's a 3DS
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
It's gonna be shit. Like after having played a lot of, I still love Hyrule Warriors, even on 3DS. I still love it, but only because I'm such a big Zelda fan. Only because
Yeah.
I like those kind of warrior.
But that's why I'm
games.
gonna like Fire Emblem Warriors.
Sure,
because
yeah.
I love those characters.
Then we got. This was a big surprise. I mean, I think it should have been a surprise, but I think it was a surprise on how quickly this one's
But
coming out.
it was most of the show.
It was Fire Emblem Heroes, the next Nintendo mobile game.
So it was most of the show.
It was
Yeah.
it was like half the show. The other half was the other games.
I meant to watch
well,
it. But
they went through Heroes and they explained exactly how it's going to look.
and it's
exactly
all
what you're
on
gonna
a
do.
screen. You don't
It's-
scroll through
No,
the
it's
screen
all,
at all.
your screen. Whatever's right here is the map.
That's your map, yeah.
and
It's gonna be real simple.
gonna
Like you're only
yeah.
ever gonna take on like 5-6 guys at a time,
Mhm.
and you'll have your team of like 4 people, and you're just gonna take on that, and it'll just be real quick. It's
You just
they made it
touch
for
and
mobile.
swipe.
Yeah, once again, they kind of want you, much like after Mario Run came out, they're like, hey, look! Or after like Pokemon came out, like, hey, look, here's where you can buy more Pokemon. You remember Pokemon.
Yeah.
Hey, here's Mario. Here's where you can buy more Mario. You remember Mario.
This, unlike
Here is Fire Emblem. It's free to play. Why don't you buy a Switch or a 3DS and play Fire Emblem?
yeah, and this one compared to we had our talks about Super Mario Run. We were excited about Super Mario Run. We were excited about Mario coming to mobile. This looks like a good game.
Yeah, no,
On
it
its
looks
own,
like a
this
game
just
that
looks
I'm
like
gonna
a
actually
good
sit
game.
there and play.
Oh, I'll play it.
Wow.
I like the fact I brought it up before when we were talking about what we wanted for the mobile things, and I said specifically they can just make Game of War with Fire Emblem. Instead, they made a Fire Emblem game, sort of a chibi Fire Emblem game,
Yep.
but then coded it in what we see for games like what is it called, Puzzles and Dragons, or like the free to play sort of aspect of it. They do it with Record Keeper, Final Fantasy Record Keeper. It looks like a similar OS or not OS menu screen UI for it. It looks similar to that. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It looks.
I hope it's better than
really
Puzzle
fun.
and Dragons, because I tried that for a little while and just...
Well, that's just a mindless game. Where this one, there's actual strategy to it.
And I'm excited to get whatever character you want.
Is there
Exactly.
permadeath?
Focus on it.
Huh?
Is there permadeath?
No, they there was a little asterisk that said your characters will be
We'll
revived
come back.
at the end of it.
Honestly, I hate permadeath.
It's the most exciting thing about Fire Emblem to me,
No,
and also the
not
thing
whenever.
and also the thing that
Will
actually infuriates
Warriors
me
have
the most.
permadeath? Imagine if a Warriors game had permadeath.
Yeah,
That
no,
would
that
suck.
doesn't. that's more of.
That would suck.
That's more of.
What if
just
the Warriors game has children? What if you could
Wow.
What if you could have kids in that?
But that's just more the Koei Tecmo. They've already had
man, I
that
don't-
series chiseled
It's not
out,
going to be.
so.
It's not going to be
but-
anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just changing the flavor of the game that
Yeah.
they've been making this
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
No, I'm ready to try it because I haven't played Fire Emblem since the GBA one, and I really, really, really tried to play it.
Which GBA one?
The first one, and I really tried to get all the way into it, and I think I gave up around mission 20 or 25, somewhere in there.
The big difference between that first one and all the other ones is that first one, every character, you could only change their class to one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you couldn't branch them out.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Man, that's rough.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem was a hard game.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I mean, especially if you play with permadeath on.
Yeah, well, permadeath.
I really
the
wanted
first
to-
one though.
I really
On
wanted to level up
GBA.
that Pegasus because I saw.
Oh no, I never. I played through the GBA one without losing anybody.
I tried.
I would restart the map.
I tried so hard. That's what ended up stopping me, was because I tried and tried and tried and tried, and there was just I got to one mission where eventually I tried so many times. Thank you.
So much.
I eventually tried so many times that I was just like, I'll come back to it, and I never did.
Dude, the best thing
I
to
just
do
went
in
and played
those
Golden
games,
Sun again.
go to the arenas on there. Throw your best character into the arena. Get all the extra gold. Set.
So we don't have long to wait for this this new game.
Yeah,
February
February
2nd.
2nd.
Yeah, we are weeks away.
Yeah,
so
at first
I'm
I
gonna
was
play
mad.
it while I'm watching the Bill Murray movie.
well, what was funny is that in their announcement when they said the date, they set a date for Android.
Yeah, they never said iOS, so I was like, what the fuck?
But then it was like less than an hour after that, Nintendo put out a thing saying iOS and Android,
Which I didn't see
same
till you
day.
told me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And there were jokes that were like, "Man, Tim Cook works quick." like they were like, it was just the idea of they do that, and then he's just like, It's like, no, get out there, tell him when you're putting this out.
Just the urn with Steve Jobs' ashes started shaking, and they're like, "We have to stop this! Get on the phone with Nintendo!"
so that's really all that is.
Seriously though, I thought that would have been fair.
It was.
I thought that really would have been fair if they had held it back maybe just a month for
the problem
iOS.
with it is like.
I see the problems. I just thought
I
it would
think
have been
Nintendo
fair.
maybe was initially thinking that they were going to be like, well, we'll do this one first on iOS, and then we'll do this one first on Android.
iOS, though?
We don't
We don't
know
know yet.
Mario hasn't come out. Mario doesn't come out to
March.
Android until March, which is so far off.
That's why
What
I thought it
about
would have been
Pokemon?
fair.
I don't think they're not keeping track of Pokemon. They're not. If anything, they'll look at
True.
Miitomo.
This week I heard $2,400 every minute Pokemon is making right now.
Nice.
Well, they increased the prices on the microtransactions.
Really? Oh, that
Two
is
just came out. They
shady.
just
That's
updated it.
bullshit.
That is
This should be the other way
shady.
They
around.
I don't even think I've downloaded the update. It was like 200 something megs.
No, fuck that.
No, I'm
No.
glad I'm not playing that anymore.
Fuck that. That should be the other way around. They should be dropping prices.
Anyway, so we will definitely be probably 2 episodes from now. I'm sure we'll have something to talk about.
yeah, I'll
once it comes
definitely
out.
play it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, 20? Yeah. Shit.
Guys, let's
Oh my
talk
gosh.
about the Nintendo Switch.
Let's do that.
Now-
we all got it.
Yep, pre-orders all in the room.
So I don't want to talk about
Hype?
impressions of what of the announcement. There are plenty of other podcasts that you can listen to of people that actually went out and played it. There's a lot of mixed reviews.
Oh,
what I
yeah.
want to talk about is basically the launch lineup and what we can expect to play in the first. We'll talk launch window because the launch lineup is really thin. Like
It is.
like one of the thinnest we've ever seen for a major system.
I think they're hoping
I mean,
on...
no,
long time.
I wouldn't go with
right
that.
now. Well, I think...
Sorry, I wouldn't go as far as what he was saying, but
Okay.
Well, I was just saying, I personally think that they're just kind of putting most of their bets on Zelda for right now.
Sure.
that
So
Zelda will sell a shitload across
I know
Well, I
know
mean-
people that have pre-ordered Zelda without the Switch
On the
or not
Wii U,
even,
yeah.
even though because they want at least the game to be able to play when they can get.
And I'm sure there's some crossover that the 2 million allotment that they've said for
I mean
launch
that's
day.
the launch, and they're just going to keep
And
manufacturing.
I'm sure that Venn diagram of people who pre-ordered and people who own a Wii U crosses over a lot, but
Sure.
that's still like if everybody gets one, that's still like at least 11 to 15 million people.
Sure. No, and it's weird because like listening to all the different podcasts, and you hear a lot of people that's talking negative about it. I think it has more to do with the fact that these same people, if they were doing the job that they did when the Wii was announced, they'd be saying the same thing.
I was saying the same thing.
I was super hyped on the Wii.
I mean,
and
I was too.
I remember
I
even
pre-ordered
showing.
it.
I remember showing my dad. And I was just like, "This is what they're doing," because I was like, "I get it. They're trying to go with real simple. They're going to get a lot of people to play this." And my dad was just sort of like, "Okay," like he didn't really get it. But then when it came out, and he played Wii Bowling, played all this
Yeah,
stuff.
my
He was
dad, my
crazy
mom
for it.
played bowling all
And-
the time with us.
I know the Switch is going to be a thing that people are going to take it to parties with them. They're not going to do it taking it to the club, but they're going to
No.
do it in place of
Oh, yeah.
like I said earlier, people
I was
playing
already
games
talking-
like Cards Against Humanity,
Yeah.
people playing the various apples to apples type games. This is going to replace some of that stuff. If someone's going to be like, "I got a Switch," we're going to take turns playing 1-2 Switch, and people are going to love
That would
I was
be
just saying,
that
I-
would definitely be the case if it wasn't included.
Yeah,
in the
there
game.
was the whole.
Well,
it
yeah.
should be a pack-in
No,
game.
it should be. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
not
think
that's
one-
not
yeah.
a gripe of grizzled industry veterans going, "This should be packed in." Like no, that game should be packed in with it. If Nintendo was
totally
doing their
agree.
job right,
Totally agree.
give that game away for
Yeah.
free.
And I think
There has to be something really special.
That game, I think that game, they should treat that game like Wii Sports.
There should be something
Yeah.
because I don't think it's going to be as good as Wii Sports.
no.
It
There's-
will if they launch it with the game system.
No,
It'll sell as well.
no. I don't think that those games are as replayable as Wii Sports.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I was just...
I don't think it's as good as Wii Sports,
No.
unless there is stuff that we have not seen yet that are
And yeah,
that are part of that game.
I've
that
heard
we
so
don't
many
know
people
about.
say like, "Oh, I think there's 20 games. I heard 40 games. I heard 30 games. I heard 50."
I haven't
Like,
even
they
heard
haven't
any
said-
of that.
Exactly. That's what just numbers have been getting passed around that they haven't said anything yet. I'm fairly certain that in the next, what are we? We're less than 6 weeks away. I would say in the next 2 to 3 weeks,
Yeah.
we're going to get a direct. We're going to get some more stuff on like that. They're going to talk more about what these games do. They don't have to sell the systems. Like, they've sold the system.
Yeah, they're gone.
Their
pre-orders are gone.
They are pretty much sold out.
Hands in,
everywhere.
gentlemen. We got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
high five.
man.
Go Team Venture.
Damn. Actually, GameStop.
How was your pre-order? Because I pre-ordered mine that night on Best Buy's website, so I was set on.
I tried.
Well, I guess so. Brian,
you stayed up fighting God.
I stayed up fighting God, and so I went to bed too late. Brian went to bed a little bit earlier.
Well, I got home about 3:30, 4 a.m. and went to bed.
I woke up about 9:30 with like 6 missed calls and texts from Brian saying, "Where are you? I'm at GameStop."
Well, okay, so my fiance was supposed to go to work that day, so I wasn't gonna have a car, so we were gonna ride together. Tiffany ended up not having to go to work that day, so I have a car. I got there myself, but I'm still calling Tyler to be like, "Come on, man! Like, you gotta wake up! Like,
you're gonna miss it."
So far, I showed up at like 9 a.m. an hour before, and there was one guy in his car waiting.
Yep. And then I
went out. I went out and looked at the door because there was something posted on there that said Nintendo Switch, and it was like, we have 24 systems.
Damn,
that
that's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, compared to what people were predicting.
Yeah, I was
saying
saying
about
like
that.
24.
15.
Yeah, people were saying around 10, 15, somewhere around there.
And dude hopped out of his car and goes, "Hey, you here for the Switch?" "Fuck yeah, I am." He's like, "Oh, I got here at like 8, so I'm the only one." And I'm like, "Wow, that's kind of weird, actually." But no, like, I was just like, "Tyler, who knows how many people are going to show up in the next hour? Like, you need to get here.
Yeah.
Like, come on, get here."
So 9:30. I set all these alarms to go off, and my 9:30 alarm wakes me up.
Killing God will take it out of you, man.
No.
Almost.
And so I get up, and I immediately just like I'm wiping sleep out of my eyes, pulling my pants on. And I'm just like, I'm out. I gotta go.
Your pants are backwards. You're like, switch. Switch. Snap. Oh. Stumbling out the door.
So I get to GameStop.
And you're third in line.
Yeah, and then I was third in line. I didn't miss anything. So I was like, okay. Then we see them start opening the shop.
Actually, we got out of our car 5 minutes early because 3 more people showed up.
Yeah, we started seeing
and we're just like, okay, let's get out of the car.
We're like, we're going to go hold our spot in line.
We had our windows down. I was watching because at that point, the Nintendo...
my phone died because I left
my phone died too.
Yep.
But we were watching the stream. And I'm sitting there watching ARMS, like, oh, this game looks so fucking great. I'm still hyped for ARMS. Still am. So yeah, we jumped out of our car. Dude gave us the spiel, like, walk around the side, wait in line over here.
And then, so we're sitting there waiting, and, as we're waiting there, that's when people finally start showing up. Mm-hmm. And then a line starts happening behind us.
There's about 10 people.
There's about 10 people, but there's more people pulling in.
Yeah.
And it seems like it was a regional thing that just certain places, depending on... In my area, there's like 4 or 5 GameStops within 5 miles. So it's sort of like, I bet that if I went to any of them, you'd find it'd be spread out enough to where it didn't look crazy at all of them.
Yeah.
But then you were saying before that it's probably a lot of people just got their stuff online.
Really? That's what it is.
But if you got it online at GameStop, sucks.
Yes, they're canceling some of them.
They're canceling the online.
Oh, wow, really?
In-store for GameStop.
Some people, I've heard some things with some Best Buy stuff.
Really?
It hasn't happened with mine. I think I got mine in there quick enough. I've heard, not widespread enough that I saw it like as a headline on anything in particular.
Yeah, I saw the headline.
It was just something on Twitter
GameStop.
saying like someone
I will punch a bitch if they take mine away.
Well, you did
Who?
store.
Who?
Huh?
Who are you gonna punch?
A bitch.
They don't take away the in-store ones.
Not a woman necessarily.
Yeah.
Ice-T said, some of you bitches, some of you guys are bitches too.
Other than us not really having to wait, the only problem we had was the skew problem in the system.
Oh, okay.
The gray Joy-Cons were there,
but the neon red and blue ones weren't. The skew wasn't working in their system, so they're like, if you want the neon ones, you're gonna have to wait a little bit. So me and Brian were waiting, and then I told Brian, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I just want a system. I don't care what color it is. I'm just gonna get it. And he was like, you know what, yeah, I'll do it. And then they went ahead and took his information for the neon one.
And then the guy was like, seriously, like if you want a neon one, I'll just write your name down. And I was like, I don't know if I want to come back.
Yeah, I didn't want to come back, so I was like,
you know what? I was like, you know what? Here's my phone number. And then about like 4 or 5 hours later, they called me back, and I just happened to be out running errands, and I was in PJs. Like I had my DuckTales shirt on, I had my Turtles PJ pants on, and like I was only going through the drive-through at the pharmacy for like, you know, for some prescriptions, and I was like, you know what? It was like, hey, we got it. And I was like, all right, so if I bring my receipt in, you'll give me a new one. He's like, yep. And I'm like, all right, I can walk into this dorky ass shit. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back home and lay on the couch and watch AGDQ anyway. So who cares?
So Brian, you got the neon ones.
I got the neon ones.
Tyler, you settled with gray. Settled with gray. I got gray because when I was pre-ordering mine on Best Buy,
It was so frantic.
it was just like, I don't know. Here's a link. It just says Switch. It doesn't say anything else. I'm like, I pre-ordered it. I bought it. And you were like, which one did you get? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it was the higher decibel level. I don't know. I just need this thing.
I don't know.
But we were all freaking out at that point.
Yeah, we were all trying to find them.
It was literally like more than 24 hours later until I found out which one I got.
Really?
Oh.
It didn't update. It was like still a broken link for that long of time.
Damn.
I was getting updates saying like, the date change on your pre-order, just like adjusting it to the date that to get, you know, it's actually coming out. And then eventually I'd go on there and it said gray. You got the gray one. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Yeah. I'm fine with that. My wife wants the neon ones. I don't care.
Well, I thought about later, you know,
Hey,
I'll just get the other controllers later.
Yeah, sure.
$80.
Well,
Anyone
I
else?
figure I'm going to get them anyways.
I mean, we
to
kind
play
of
with other people.
Yeah, well, and we kind of talked about this on our reactions thing, but like, man,
$80.
I mean, $80, 90 for the dock. Like, I'd like to have a dock in this room.
Sure.
I'm gonna keep my dock on the downstairs room.
Here's the thing.
But I'd like to have a second dock.
You're gonna find those pre-owned.
Okay.
If you don't mind buying a used one, you're gonna be able to
find
find
a
a
used
for like
dock.
$60.
You're right. All right, I don't mind buying a used
one,
dock.
Yeah.
There's probably gonna be third-party solutions too at some point.
Ugh.
There's some good ones out there. If the PDP puts out one, I'll get theirs. I love their stuff.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of a whore about that kind of shit.
All right,
I've used some.
I'm kind of a classy whore about that shit.
But let's talk. Okay, so games, have you pre-ordered any games?
No.
So,
I have not.
okay.
No.
I've got not the full Master Edition, but like the one under it of the Zelda pre-ordered. I didn't want that sword because Reggie was on the Treehouse stream showing the stuff off. He showed the sword, and the sword was bent backwards. And I'm like, if their display when they're like trying to sell that product is bent and looks weird,
kind of weird.
You got that with the amiibo stuff too. Every once in a while, some of the amiibos would kind of lean weird eventually.
Yeah.
You get that a lot with the cheaper special edition figures that they put in there. I saw that sword and I was just like, you guys have seen my stuff. I like that special edition stuff, especially when it's Zelda. I saw that one and was just like, no, I don't want that one. I want that case though. So, because I plan on getting a case, and it was like, technically I'm only spending like $20 extra. So yeah, and I'd spend $20 on a case.
I'll take that case, man. That'd be cool.
So I got that pre-ordered. I have 1-2 Switch pre-ordered on Amazon. Just one of those. It's easy just to pre-order something because you don't have it doesn't get taken out.
Us three are going to be able to take our screens to each other's places.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true.
When we do this recording, it's going to be fun,
I'm
especially when we get
Joy-Cons
Mario
over
Kart
anytime.
coming out and everything.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
That's going to be fun.
I'm not a pre-order person.
I'm usually not.
When I was in line, the guy was like, "And what's your name?" And he typed it in. He was like, at GameStop. And he's like, I don't have your name in there. And I was like, yeah, I haven't pre-ordered anything at a GameStop since the Wii. And Tyler was like, what, really?
No, I mean, I've got my.
I mean, I pre-order sometimes, but I don't pre-order like all the time.
I pre-order on Amazon because you get 20% off. So
I don't
know.
I just pre-order at GameStop most of the time because there's one by my work, and I can just stop by my way home.
That's kind of cool. I'm really excited for Bomberman, but
Yeah.
I've heard some people talk about like how it's kind of.
It's not a $60 game.
It's not $60, but it's also like I've heard like frame rate, like weird issues with the game that should be just tight as fuck.
For a game from Konami, who people thought weren't going to be making games, you can't really be too surprised by this, honestly.
I really want to play fucking Bomberman, though. I don't know. I love Bomberman.
So let me just go over the current launch titles, because this will be really quick. So we have Zelda,
Boom.
which this is a Zelda machine. We'll
Boom.
get that out of the way. Spoiler alert.
By the way, random note on Zelda. It's supposed to be like 10 times bigger than
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah, people are talking about the map. It's going to be huge.
Hopefully there's plenty of stuff to do.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
there's over
hopefully it's
100
not-
mini dungeons or whatever, so that's
hopefully it's not just
the
like...
trials, I think is what they call them.
All love for Ocarina, but hopefully it's not like an empty, empty Hyrule field kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
1-2 Switch, which we talked about. It looks like
Wait, so that's a launch too?
It's a launch title,
I'm
yeah.
gonna reluctantly have to buy that.
I'm for it. I'm looking forward to
wanna
playing.
Oh
it.
no, I want to play those things, but
What's gonna happen
I'm just
with
pissed
me is
off
I'm
I have to
probably
pay
gonna-
for it.
Only
My
have
hope is
money
that
for
there's going to be
Switch.
some good mini games in there that'll be fun to play by myself every once in a
Yeah.
while.
My hope is that like when you play Wii Sports, like Wii Party, I was just talking about, like there's shit on those games that like are deep down. Like there's extra like modes. There's extra like there's bowling, but then there's also like the bowling mode where they add the row behind
sure.
each.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
there's all
exactly.
sorts of like deeper functionality to that game that I'm really hoping is in there, and they're just not showing us. I'm really hopeful that they're just going to surprise us with that game.
So we also have Skylanders Imaginators. This is a game that you can get anywhere else. I think you can get this on phones.
Yeah, you probably can.
I might be wrong about that, but it's one
Sorry,
of those
I'm not-
kind of games.
Toys to life.
Just Dance 2017. My wife and I
hey,
have
at
had fun
least
playing
Maybe
that, but I don't think
I just
we'll
don't
be-
ever have anybody to play. I played Just Dance. But
Yeah.
nobody
I feel
to
like
play
Just Dance is a lot more fun on like Kinect, but with the Joy-Cons being like
That's what I
way
was
more
playing it on.
responsive,
Yeah.
but
maybe.
yeah.
But yeah, Kinect Just Dance is
I was playing it
like
on
kind of
Kinect.
Dance Central kind of stuff is fun.
Yeah, Dance Central. That was the Kinect one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NBA 2K18.
That's not a launch title.
Yeah, it is.
I don't play.
I've got
sports
it. I've got it
games.
here.
What?
Yeah, March
I
3rd.
really
No.
I just don't play any sports games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care
I'm not
for
into.
I mean, it's not that I don't play sports games. It's that I don't play sim basketball games.
I just don't like.
I mean, I'm staring at my 64 right now, and I have
I'd rather-
NBA Showtime sitting in it because NBA Showtime is the spiritual successor to
I'd rather
NBA Jam.
just play the actual sport.
Yeah, true. Although I don't like playing basketball.
I like playing basketball.
So then we have Super Bomberman R, which you talked about.
I really want
So
to play
right
it. I
now
really want
it's
it to be
showing $40 for it. How
Yeah.
does 40 sound?
That
for
sounds
it?
a lot better.
I mean, I
I know it's only $20 difference. But
Do we know if it's going to have like the share play, like 3DS? Like if only say Brian, say you
Well,
get
we
it
don't know
and we
how
come
the
over.
online works yet. Still,
Are we? Yeah, but if we're doing local, are we all going to have
if
to
we do
have it? I don't
local.
think they've gone.
Yeah,
into
because
that.
SharePlay, they've been doing that
They-
since
3DS,
since the DS
original
days.
DS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I would really hope that they keep
I
that
don't
in there.
know.
Worst case scenario, we can all use our Joy-Cons.
might not.
I mean, even the
But if it
GBA
isn't-
days, if you were playing like Super Mario Advance,
Yeah, there was.
you
a
could
game
still
you could do
play
that with.
like Mario Brothers.
But
the
if
Pipe
it is in there,
Turtle
they might not be
game.
saying it because it's in the 3DS, and they don't want to say it's killing the 3DS still.
I don't. I just.
I don't think that's part of the reason. I think
I don't
part of the reason
think-
is they don't want to piss off 60 million people.
I'm not going to count on a Konami game to bring that kind of.
Functionality.
Yeah, good
I
stuff.
keep forgetting Konami.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
So the last one I have
Man,
on
couldn't
here,
someone else have bought Hudson's back catalog?
I wish Konami.
Nintendo could have.
Yeah, that'd been nice.
They were doing some Hudson games.
Yeah,
during
we had
Wii.
the Virtual Console had
Yeah.
all that TurboGrafx shit on it.
The last recently.
Hey, buddy, you want to play some bonk? Opens up his trench coat.
The last recently confirmed launch game, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus.
Oh yeah, that was kind of a leak. I actually want to play Binding of Isaac. I never have.
never have- Oh, you really
I've
like
seen
it.
it
Yeah.
played, but I've never played
Oh no,
it.
I've got
What kind of
I've-
roguelike or is
It's
or...
roguelike classic Zelda.
Okay, cool.
Like
Yeah,
NES
you go through
Zelda.
these rooms and you kill everything that's in the room, right?
I'm down.
Yeah, the thing is like it's all about collecting items, but unless you have a guide, unless you're looking at a guide, you don't know what any of the items do. So it's actually kind of fun to get an item, use it, and it turns out it could be like something that screws you over, and you just get killed. But it's like now you know that item to avoid, and then every once in a while you'll do a run, and you're like, oh my god, that's such a cool item that makes me shoot lasers out of my eyes. Or it's just like I've got every time you see that item now, you're like, I'm going to throw away whatever else I had. I'm going to take this item. And I've played through it a few times because I got it on PC and I have it on my PS4. I think it was a PlayStation Plus game at one point. So
that was on the
Wii
U, wasn't it?
Yeah, they got one on the Wii U.
Made it there.
They've got one on the new 3DS.
Okay. It's
really fun game.
No-brainer.
So honestly, I think that if you really wanted another game to go with Zelda, Binding of Isaac would be the way to go. Along with that, there was a little leak sort of thing that happened from Nicholas, they're the publisher that does Binding of Isaac. They tweeted out a picture of a Switch with a black UI background. Did either of you guys see this?
No.
I don't have a picture of it, but since we're doing an audio podcast, I'll just describe it to you so that the listeners can understand it. It showed the Switch UI.
Because we love you.
Yeah, it showed the Switch UI that we've already seen. We've seen glimpses of it. It's it was a stark white square icons for real basic looking. What they showed on theirs was a black sort of theme. So it looks like that you will have different themes that you can do with that.
Well,
whether
they're
just be
selling
colors.
those on the 3DS.
Yeah, I hope that they continue. I hope that we get legit themes rather than just color themes.
Yeah.
And then they showed. There was also a quick button to change guests or change your users. So with the press of a button, you could switch which users are playing.
That's
which
great.
the Wii U
You
one
have
was so
to jump the
complicated.
fuck
I
back
don't
to
even
the
know
menu.
how to do it on the Wii U.
You have to jump back to the menu every time.
But along
Like,
with
oh,
that,
this is a game that Tiffany has the save file for, and I've already logged into mine. God damn it, we got to go all the way back to the menu. All
yeah, you have to close out
log
of the game.
Tiffany back in. Okay, now we start the game back up.
And creating a proper user is a pain in the ass on the Wii U as
Yeah.
well. Like, you literally have to, create a Me first, then you have to, create an account and then tie it to that Me.
Yeah.
It may not even be that, but it's just as complicated.
It's easy on the Xbox.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Even PlayStation is pretty
I don't
easy.
know how it works on
You need an email. You put an email in. That's really it. You put an email in, you create a username. That's really all you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Got to deal with the cat over there.
That's exactly what it sounded like.
Come on, Jack.
But what they
Just
tweeted
don't
out...
take a dump in here again. That was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you smell.
It just started to get better.
Smelly cat.
But what they tweeted out was,
What are they tweeting
and this was shortly deleted after it got spread around, so this is a big deal. I think this is something that we're going to get with the Direct, that we're going to get a little Nindy sizzle reel of some indie games that will be coming to the Switch. But they said Isaac was getting lonely, so we're bringing some friends, something like that. So it's like, that sounds like Isaac is a launch game. Binding of Isaac is a launch game. So these could be launch games as well, and they look like they were ready to go. What we got was 1001 Spikes.
Okay.
You played that? I think you've played it.
I haven't played it, but yeah, I know what it is.
Super hard, really fun, roguelike platformer, retro-looking game. Cave Story, which is one of my favorite indie darlings.
That's that's kind of Metroidvania.
Sort of more linear than Metroid, but still, yeah, similar to that. I would compare it to that. Well, honestly, it was like one of the first indie darlings.
Yes.
It was one that just got passed around for free. You can still play it for free legally on PC. Like, you can find a free version.
They brought up Cave Story in, back when Retronauts had a video game podcast briefly in 2006. So yeah, that's pre-Braid.
Yeah, and then the 3DS had a Cave Story 3D. They did a 3D remake of Cave Story that it is super hard to find. It's incredibly rare now. Like, you have to pay $60 for a used copy of it.
Wow.
It's a really rare game. And then there was a half of an icon that I as soon as I saw it, I was like, I got to figure out what this icon is. So I did a little bit of research, and it's from a game called Hydra Castle Labyrinth. And apparently there's been a talk that this is an older game that is getting a remake. Huh. And Nicholas would be a perfect publisher to do something like that, because they've just been pimping out Cave Story for the longest time, and this seems like a similar game to that. So we may be getting that if it's not going to be exclusive to the Switch, but it'll be on the Switch around launch, it seems like.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem... I think it pads out a little bit more. unfortunately for me, they're all games. I mean, Binding of Isaac, 1001 Spikes, and Cave Story are all games I've played a lot of already. I wouldn't mind playing Binding of Isaac, the new version, because I haven't played Afterbirth, and I haven't played Afterbirth Plus, so I don't know what's all in those ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of that? Does either any of those interest you? Maybe
it
picking
just
that up
sounds
if
about
it's a
right
launch?
that games that have already been places are coming here.
Yeah. It's padding. It really is just padding.
Yeah.
So later in March, there are 3 other games that we have projected. Snipper Clips.
Yeah.
Really,
I really
really want it.
Yeah. I tried to talk to my wife about it. I was just like, I really want to get this game, but I want to play it with you. And I showed her like a video of the Treehouse stuff of them playing. And she's just like, it's really cute, but I don't really like the puzzle games. I'm like, oh, come on, we got to try.
I know. I had the opposite conversation with my fiance. She's like, yes, we're gonna play this. She's like, those scrubs don't know how to get that ball in the hoop. We're gonna knock that. We're gonna fucking kick this game's ass. I was like, that's exactly what I want to hear, baby.
That is awesome. Has Been Heroes, which when I first saw this game, I just kind of scoffed at it. I was like, it looks like a mobile game. But then
the story behind it seems hilarious.
Yeah, it's like it's one last gig sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it looks kind of like Plants vs. Zombies, D&D style sort of thing. Could be good. That's one I'll definitely wait for reviews. It's by the people that did the Trine games, and I really like the Trine games. So it could be good. Then we have Fast RMX, which is the re-release. It's similar to what they're doing with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Fast Racing Neo was a game for the Wii U that looks like F-Zero. You guys have seen it. I'm sure if you saw a little bit of it, you'd recognize it.
I've seen it then.
Really crisp, shiny looking, futuristic racer. Really good looking game. This one they're adding like 8 new tracks to it. It's going to have 8-player local co-op, 8-player online. It'll be running at 1080p, 60 frames per second. They had to I think it was 30 frames per second at 720, but some were 1080 on the Wii U. Still really good looking game. So if they're able to have it at a locked 60 for this super fast game, it should be pretty good. I think it's a good idea for them to sort of re-release it on this system and have it in a launch window. I think it'd be good for them, especially if it would have been great if Nintendo just gave them access to the F-Zero license, because it's so much like an F-Zero game.
And they could just put the characters in at least.
Something like that. Just give them, just put a couple characters in there. Yeah, something like that. April 28th, we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Do you have Mario Kart?
I do.
Are you interested in getting Deluxe?
I am.
Okay.
Actually,
all you really get is battle.
But I told Brian,
down with battle mode, down with extra tracks.
I should have just traded in mine for the Wii U.
Yeah, we sold ours because we stopped playing it, so I'm eager to get Mario Kart 8 again.
I feel like Mario Kart 8 is the best Mario Kart in a very long time.
I was really hoping that this was going to be a platform game, in terms of this was going to be the Mario Kart game that throughout the year they're going to start releasing more tracks and more characters, sort of thing, similar to what they did with Splatoon, how they would re-release how they would release weapons and maps and things like that. I was hoping they would do that. Mario Kart
I wonder if they're just gonna leave it alone. Like, hey, we made one of the best Mario Karts in a long time. What if we just support this through the life cycle of 2 systems?
I think they should. I really do think they should. I think that it would be great if they do what they did with Mario Kart 8 originally. They release it, everyone's happy with it, minus the battle mode, and then later on they were just like, we're going to start releasing some tracks for this now, too.
Fuck yeah. And they released some amazing tracks.
Yeah. What, 2 cups?
Yeah. Oh, no. 4 cups.
4 cups. The Hyrule, Animal Crossing, and then 2 other ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
they did that's where the Excite Bike course is. Track is I love that track.
Hopefully they do that. The last 4 that I have on here, we'll just close it out with these. They're aimed at spring. I figured that's the launch window. I think beyond that, we're past the launch window. We have ARMS. I think that might get delayed. It seems like there weren't enough characters in what they showed, unless they're going to just in the next few directs,
showing us.
Every direct, they're going to be like, here's another little ARMS
Unless they
trailer.
treat
Here's
it
2 more
like
characters.
Pokemon.
With
I
it.
feel like they everyone really
Could be
was
like that. Well, no,
receptive to it.
but not the way they handled Wii U Pokken, where they didn't
That's
release
what I
any
mean.
DLC.
That's what I'm talking about. The
Yeah.
Wii U Pokken didn't get any DLC, but the arcades did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I could see ARMS being a game that they'll release some more characters throughout its lifespan.
Yeah, I feel like they do need to tell people more. I mean, because I think everyone had a really good, there was a lot of positive. The reception to ARMS coming out of that weekend was people were like, "This game looks like a lot of fun,"
Yeah.
but I think they need to tell more about it before it becomes like a definite killer app.
Yep. Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Yes, I'm ready.
Are you excited?
I
for
am
Puyo
ready.
Actually, might
for
get
that.
one.
I've been out of the Tetris game, and I never really got into Puyo Puyo for
Nor have I.
really any reason. Like the Puyo Puyo is
I've
a
never played
big
Puyo
thing,
Puyo,
and
but I played Tetris.
yeah, Puyo Puyo is. I mean, it's interesting with Puyo Puyo Tetris because it literally combines those two games. Where some game modes will have you jump back and forth between the two games in a single puzzle.
Tetris versus Dr. Mario for the Super Nintendo.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a
It's my
similar
mom's
thing like
favorite
that,
game of all time, of course.
where the Tetris blocks have Tetris block rules, the Puyo gels have Puyo puzzle rules, and they work together. It's crazy. I don't think I can handle it. That's why I'm not gonna worry about it. Then we have a Disgaea 5, which I think this is gonna be the one Disgaea that I actually get into.
I've never played this guy.
I've always
nor
wanted
have
to. I think with the way that you like Fire Emblem games, it's a tactical RPG. You might like those ones. It's really weird. It has to do with like demons, and it's one of the craziest RPGs you'll ever play. Where literally like one of the gameplay moves is stacking characters on top of each other,
Like,
to where you can have
now
like
you're
10.
friends.
Where you sure.
Except not
quite-
that creepy
not-
and not a
My
bunch of
friends have
dangly
been playing
parts.
that game
Exactly.
on Steam. So,
I played Not Your Friends recently too the past
Oh,
week.
God.
That's weird.
We're not talking about my friend. Oh, maybe if it comes out to Switch, sure we'll talk. There's no.
Oh
that's-
man, that would be crazy.
But you could do a move where you just stack like 10 characters onto one spot, and then they literally fall over like a totem onto an enemy to do damage. And it's just insane, like some of the stuff that you do. And I know like one of them had it where every single item in the game could get converted into a 100-level dungeon.
what?
And like completing a Disgaea game is insane because of just how much literal depth these games have.
Damn.
So then, last game I have on here is Rhyme.
I actually,
Hopefully that doesn't get delayed.
As soon as you told me about it and I checked it out, I was like, yeah, I'll get this game. I'm
It looks
excited about
good.
it now.
It looks cool. I wanna see more of it. And
Yeah, I wanna see
I'm
more of it.
Really interested in trying it out.
So yeah, that's it. I mean, we are going to be talking about the Switch constantly.
Yeah,
I predict that we're going to
Yeah.
be getting another Direct within the next 2 weeks.
Mhm. I hope
With
so.
some more
'cause
info drops because
I have
we
some
didn't get enough.
trepidations.
We didn't get enough info.
I don't, and I don't know. I feel like they focused on the right stuff, but there's like, I don't think that they've convinced me that they're gonna handle this right.
I think they're going to handle this better than the Wii U.
I think that's true.
Here's
Yes.
something that really grabbed my attention because it did scare me at first, the fact that we are still getting announced 3DS games when you just announced a new system that was supposedly going to merge handheld and console.
Yeah.
The developers of Bravely Default, who've only been working on 3DS games for the last few years, are making a game for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Octopath
Octopus.
Traveler.
Oh, they're
Dad.
making that?
That
Okay.
that's their game. So that's right there. It's like, okay, that you have me convinced. Hopefully what we're getting on the 3DS announcements right now are just games that
stuff that's-
have been in development.
Yes.
And we're
Already.
like, we're going to finish it up. It's definitely worth putting it out on this system because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
such a successful
Well, I mean,
system.
for one, I was listening to somebody else talk, and they were talking about the future Pokemon games, and they believe that, and I kind of believe this too, that the future Pokemon is going to be on Switch.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
If not, there maybe port of it.
Yeah,
onto
I
the
could see that. I
Switch.
mean, since they're porting the Warriors game, like, why not?
I'll feel a lot better if they talk about any way that they communicate. Because if you're going to put a Pokemon Stars on Switch, it's going to need to be able to talk to.
It'll be the Pokemon Bank. That's all it'll be.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
No.
Pokemon's been
domain names.
Yeah,
gotcha.
like Prism and was
wasn't Prism?
Someone
Prism
made
was
a Pokemon Prism game and they took it down.
Well, yeah, sure.
And because they were trying to copyright that.
Right. Prism was the one that they took all the assets from the original and made a completely new story out of it, which was cool. I kind of want to try it, but I just mean like with like Crystal to Gold and Silver, or
no, I know
to Emerald to Ruby and Sapphire, like they talk to each other. They're different games.
I think it's Pokemon Bank. I think they've done a decent job of Pokemon Bank.
And Pokemon
so far.
Bank still hasn't fucking came out.
Yeah, not for Sun. Not yet.
It's supposed to.
That's why I stopped playing Sun. I put like 8 hours in that game. I stopped playing it because I wanted.
I've been trying to work on a competitive team, and
I'm just a little worried that that they're losing their own message in all of this. Their message that this will be a take it anywhere you want system.
No, I just don't
especially
think
now that the battery
I just don't
is.
think they want to say it until they stop making 3DS.
And I understand that too, but like we're also getting the fact that the battery is limited and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
2 to 6 hours. That's a big gap.
window.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about this more. This has been long enough. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Brian, what do you do when we're not talking for 2 hours about video games?
And not doing the pee-pee dance?
And doing the PB dance.
I finally put up
Nintendo Land.
Yeah, I put up our Nintendo Land video from when we...
us drunkenly playing it.
when it was, I think it was your first episode on the podcast.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it was.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the first episode. I think so.
So yeah,
that was the first one.
It'd been about almost 2 months since I put something up. The holidays and got in the way, so I finally got back to editing stuff. I'm gonna have something up over the weekend, or at least early in the week next week, of something Jeremy and I did. But do you guys want to stick around and play something for Luigi's Apartment?
I'm sure we can swing that.
All right.
And you would find Luigi's Apartment?
Luigi's Apartment is my YouTube channel. Jack, stop it. Stop being a dick.
Yeah, you can find the videos at Luigi's Apartment. Tyler, what do you do?
You can find me on YouTube as the Nano Boost, or on Twitter as at @ty_.
All right.
There you go. And once again, you can find all the JVG podcast stuff on Twitter at JVG Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube by searching Just Another Video Game Podcast. Once we hit that subscriber mark, we'll be able to change that. Also, be sure to check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/JVG Podcast. Brian is squirming like crazy. He's got a pee, so we're
gotta go fast.
Wrap it up.
Gotta go fast.
See you next time, guys.
Gotta go faster, 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 Sonic Pete.